Hello everyone, welcome to our Saturday night D&D session where we follow the exploits of the Tribor branch of Acquisitions Incorporated, also known, man, we're flipping already, also known as Team Soteria or the S-Team or Team S. They're currently not in Tribor or the surrounding areas, rather they're in the City of Splendor's Waterdeep. Would anyone like to describe the events that took you to that city, as well as what you did most recently while you were there?
Well, I got a 10.
Somebody already rolling for it?
Yes,
Oh,
it seems
God.
like.
I got an 8.
To be fair, I only remember part of it.
Well, I hope you remember the most important parts.
Okay, yes. That's the only part that I remember.
Okay, so so we got 9 more lives, and Cax, you need to do a roll off here.
Another
You
d20?
both rolled. Yeah, you both rolled an 8. Okay, looks like Cax here is the one that's going to be doing it.
Okay, so I think we started off, we were still in the sewers after you guys fought the vampires or something. And then we ended up having a fight against a mind flare and like a sentient brain thing, which I don't remember the name of. You found this man's like phone basically, and brought it back to him at Inc. headquarters. And then proceeded to intellect devour, and then proceeded to go to the yawning portal. Is that what it's called? And
Yes.
Got rooms, and my character had found basically someone in her life that she knew existed, and made a pact with one of the 6 like demons, I forget what she's called, and hasn't told the rest of the team about it. But yeah, that's all I remember.
So there are, you would know being a
Yeah,
tiefling,
there
there
we
are 9 archdevils. Glazier is the 6th.
Yeah. And then that's all I remember.
I think that's fairly accurate and succinct. You were also rewarded by Jim Darkmagic for the retrieval of his phone, a selection of rings he had no further use of, magical rings. Rex identified them as being Ring of the Ram, Ring of Protection, and Ring of Spell Storing. These are like your first magical items, and I believe you guys divvied those up already amongst yourselves.
Wait, we did?
Yeah,
We had a character, not add a character, but we talked about it in Discord just to kind of move that conversation along.
Wait, so who ended up with what?
I think we decided that Indy was going to get the Ring of Protection, that I was going to get the Ring of Spell Storing, and you were going to get the Ring of the Ram.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you guys are, you were somewhat tired and very stinky from your earlier morning and day adventures in the sewers. So you decided to sort of retire early. You also guys got fairly drunk afterwards, so that helps. But you retired fairly early to your, I can't remember if you bought a single room, correct?
I think we just got one for all of
Yeah,
us.
you got one with multiple beds in it. So you retire to your room, and you fall asleep. In the morning, Caxier, you are woken by a voice speaking through your medallion that you got recently as your new position with AC Inc. I forgot all the names. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. Secretarian. Okay, so you recently promoted, as it were, to Secretarian, and you with that you got this sort of medallion. You have to ask Rex about that, and you know that it can be used to communicate with other Secretarians of other groups. But there's a voice coming through that's gently waking you, and it says like in an official sort of voice, decisionist, Evelanae, is that correct? That's pronunciation.
Evelanae.
Evelanae. Decisionist Evelanae Swift has been appointed to Team Soteria to fill out their roster. She will be joining you shortly.
Okay, is there anyone else in the room that's awake yet?
That's up to them.
What time is
Are
this?
any of you
This is in the
awake?
morning.
I guess I'd be awake, yeah. Rex doesn't need to sleep.
You cut out a little there, Rex.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get used to push to talk. Rex would be awake. He's not one to sleep.
Okay, I'll wake up, or I'll tell Rex what I heard, and then I'll like wake everyone else up so we can tell them as well that we should be expecting a new party member sometime soon.
Okay. Do I know of any like documentation I need to do?
Funny how you say that, because you also get a notice in your documenter's ledger, basically the written word of what Caxier heard verbally.
Okay.
But as far as forms to fill out, you're not certain. She might bring that paperwork with her.
Okay. Other than that, I just need to make sure I add her on to whatever else I'm doing.
So I'm assuming you guys are now all woken up through the efforts of Caxier and Rex. So you head downstairs. It's still very early in the morning, so there's not much of a crowd at the Yawning Portal. Just the patrons that do decide to have rooms. Getting something to eat. You see Durnan in his customary position behind the bar. You don't see the barmaid Bonnie yet. It might not be time for her shift yet. But as you guys are sort of now in the common room, you see the doors of the Yawning Portal open, and this woman enters. A human woman with sort of long brown hair, and she's wearing chainmail, and she has she's wearing chainmail with a shield and a mace, and she strode forward into the Yawning Portal with confidence, but once now here, she seems to be looking around for someone.
Does she have any Acquisitions Inc. livery on?
Let's make a perception. Because she's still quite far away, because the Yawning Portal's pretty big. Alright, you see the gleam of silver on her, sort of where you guys customarily wear your badges, but you can't sort of make out what it is at this distance. But She appears to know your group because as she's looking around, there's not that many people to sort of go through. She finds your group and sort of locks eyes with you and begins walking towards you with purpose. And she gets within a respectable distance of you and introduces herself. And you can describe your character more fully as well as introduce yourself now.
It's Evelanae Swift. She's got long brown hair. She's a human. She's a human life cleric of Lathander specifically. She's young, about 22, kind of quiet and reserved, and does not like to talk first.
So, do you actually introduce yourself to the party, or you just walk up to them and just stop in front of them?
I walk up to the party and I go, "Are you Team Soteria?"
That would be us.
Great. I'm ready to knock you decisionist.
Oh, all right, great. Evelanae? Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, headquarters told us you were coming. This is the rest of the party. Kexier, Indy, 9 more lives. My name's Rex.
It's great to meet you.
You too.
So, I'm going to mispronounce your name for a while until I get it. I'm sorry.
Think like Evelyn from DCA, but Evelanae.
Evelanae. Okay. Evelanae. Okay. So, Evelanae. AC Inc., before you left headquarters, gave you 2 things. They gave you sort of documentation that allows you to integrate yourself into Team Soteria that you are to present to the Documancer, as well as they gave you a formal request. And you know that it is something like this. This quest is from Acquisitions Incorporated, and it says something along these lines. It says to all teams currently in Waterdeep, and then below it says the mission. It says to capture or kill the thief known as the Black Viper, or at the very least recover a family heirloom, description below, that she recently stole from a noble family's mansion. And then and then there's other papers in there. It says like description of the item. It looks to be a ruby necklace or amulet that's probably worth a hefty sum. There's also a description of the Black Viper here. It looks to be like an artist's depiction of the thief. It's a woman's face obscured by a mask and a hood. And then reading further, you see it also says the Black Viper operates in Waterdeep at night, most notably in the North Ward, with occasional sightings in the Sea Ward. The reward for completing, for returning the necklace is 300 gold to whichever Acquisitions Inc. team completes the job first. And then it says in parentheses, multiple teams have been assigned this job.
Okay, do I know who's the decisionist here? Or the documancer?
You would know upon meeting the party that you can see where your silver pin is located. That denotes you as the decisionist. Rex has one in the same spot that denotes him as the documancer.
So I would take out the papers and I would say, headquarters sent me with a job, and I would hand them to Rex, and I would also give him the decisionist joining paper.
He might be putting his kid to sleep, so
But
we'll
he's
see.
putting his kid to sleep.
We'll see.
What is the season in Waterdeep?
It is, so it's currently almost, or like it's about to be summer, actually. I prepared this because the team, this is not known to you, but the team has been helping Tribor prepare for their summer festival. Let's see what we can do until Rex gets back, because he really needs to be here to accept this job, because that's his job. Let's see. So now that you have heard this description of the Black Viper, you guys can sort of remember now seeing various wanted posters up around town with this artist's depiction of this person. You sort of wrote it off as not concerning you. In fact, there's even one here in the Yawning Portal. Let's see, as far as more information about the Black Viper, you guys don't really know that. There's sort of a I can't pronounce this word, so I'm trying to figure out a way to go around it. There's sort of a they've recently appeared in Waterdeep and have begun terrorizing the nobles, the rich folk of Waterdeep, stealing things from their house. Robbing them in the streets, that sort of thing. But further details are elusive. I'm just trying to buy time until Rex gets back. Feel free, guys, to RP if you want, or like.
They say, who do I see in front of me? Because I have never met these people before,
so
right?
you see in front of you. Well, why don't you guys introduce yourself to? I'm sorry, it's gonna take a while.
Evelanae.
Evelanae. I'm gonna make a note somewhere.
Hi, Evelanae. My name's Indy, and I sort of reach out my hand to shake it.
She would take it.
I shake her hand.
It's a pretty firm handshake.
Okay.
I'm kind of standing behind Rex, just with my arms crossed, kind of like giving her one.
So 9 more lives is just continuing to bap on Rex's arm. Hey, pay attention to.
Evelyn's very straight standing. She's not imposing, but you notice she's there, but she's also like usually scanning her room, looking out for stuff.
Rex, you're killing me here. Okay. Okay, so Indy and Caxu, you guys received some revelations or things last night as well. If you want to talk to the party about it, you can do it so now, or you can always put it off for later.
What did I receive last night again?
Read the note.
So the bard that was playing last night
Yes.
slipped you a note. And on the note it said something along the line of help Bonnie with help Bonnie with her problem for the good of Waterdeep and its people. And it addressed you as Agent Indy.
Yep.
You currently don't see her. You think maybe she works at nights.
Okay. Is like a bartender or a tavern owner around?
Yes, Durnan is around.
Okay. Can I go up to him and ask, can I talk to you in the back somewhere where people won't necessarily be able to hear us talk?
He looks at you for a sec, and then he looks at like the other patrons in his establishment. He gives like a gruff nod, and motions to you with his hand, and says, "Follow me." He sort of opened the bar up so you can walk through.
Okay.
He leads you to the back room. Probably it's a storeroom where they keep like kegs and other alcohols and stuff like that. And he pulls out a chair for himself and for you and says, "Now, what do you want to talk about?"
I need you to tell me more about the woman who plays here, probably at night. What do you know about her?
So Bonnie
What's her name?
works here. She's a barmaid.
Barmaid. Okay. Are you
Yeah.
sure she isn't a barmaid?
No, she is just a barmaid. The person that gave you the quest was the bard.
Oh yeah, no. Out of character. I understand that. I'm just like trying to see if like she can be trusted or if this is a trap.
Oh. So he says, "I don't." He'll say, "I don't know." The one who you did say play, right? Like in character, you said plays here.
Yeah.
Okay, he says, "We have a number of bards that play here.
The one who was here last night.
Last night, that wasn't a she, that was a him. That was old 3 strings. I guess it's just 2 strings now, but still goes by the name 3 strings. He plays more often than not here. Pretty good despite the lack of strings on his lute. Generally improves the atmosphere, so I give him a couple free drinks every night. I mean, he generally stays out of trouble. Is he in some sort of trouble?
I don't know. I'm just trying. No, he's not in trouble. Who does he hang out with, generally? Do you see him outside of when he's working here?
I don't know, well, running the Yarn Portal is a full-time gig, but I mean, I see him talking to Bonnie some. Occasionally, he'll talk to the people who have tipped him well that night. But other than that, he usually keeps to himself.
Do you know where I could find him?
That I don't know.
No clue. No idea. Like
I mean,
He's-
I don't ask him. He does something during the day that I'm not privy to. I don't keep track of everyone that comes through my inn.
Even your employees?
He's not my employee. I guess you would say he's in a freelance position. You are from the looks of you're a bard too. Like you have the instruments to prove it and sort of presence about you. You know what the life of a bard is like.
Yeah, I do. I'm just trying to figure out if he is who I think he is.
What do you think he is?
That is for me to know and for you to hopefully never find out.
If you're trying to bring some sort of trouble into the yawning portal, I would highly advise against a friend.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Would you really?
Oh, alright. He's like giving you the side eye now.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Mm-hmm.
I just slip. I give him 2 gold coins.
He does take the money, so thank you kindly.
Don't tell anybody about what we talked about here.
What did we talk about here?
That's what I like to hear.
And he goes back to working behind the bar. As you guys exit, he makes sure you go ahead of him though. So you, I guess, reunite with the group. Indy, as Evelanae is presenting her papers to Rex. They're in two distinct groups. One being for the Documancer. Well, they're both for Documancer, but one being papers that allow her integration into the group. Sort of all that paperwork that you can fill out later. The other being a official request from headquarters to locate and capture or kill the thief known as the Black Viper. Failing that, at the very least, recover a priceless family heirloom that she recently stole from the house of a noble person. The description of the heirloom is of a ruby necklace set in gold. It's very fancy looking. Easily worth probably, you think, hundreds, maybe even thousands of gold.
I have a quick question. How did the innkeeper react to Indy and I when we walked?
How did who do what now?
How did God, I'm blanking on his name. The innkeeper, the guy that Indy just talked to. How did he
Derek?
react to the 2 tieflings? Yeah.
He seemed used to it. Like living in Waterdeep, you see a lot of stuff. It's like the New York of the Forgotten Realms.
Okay. And then, is there a date on when this necklace was stolen in the papers?
It just says recently.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is in Waterdeep, this mission is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, no, 1 second.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna realize 9 more lives once to resolve the Horde's person request. I'm just gonna open my Documancy ledger to the page that they responded to it with, and it's gonna say, "Where's my channel?" We can call you that, but official documentation requires the standard Horde's person. I'm sorry.
What? No.
I asked.
They
How
did.
seriously did you ask?
We sent it in.
I did send it in.
I slide up
I
on
want
him
to see
and
the original request.
I'm afraid that's already been sent to home office.
You don't keep copies?
I don't know. Would I? I guess I would.
You would, but would you reveal that information to her?
Yeah, I'll show you. It's there's nothing wrong with it. So what you're gonna see is it's not gonna specifically ask about the name Horde's person, but it's gonna ask just a general request to change somebody's name, like their title, like a blanket. Is it possible to rename the role? But it's legit. I mean, I did ask.
I'm going to be very upset.
I did what I could. I'm showing her the actual response from head office.
Oh, I'll just read it to her then.
That's fine.
So it says that you can read this now. 911 says, while we here at Acquisitions Inc. HQ cannot determine for your branch what you call each other in seclusion, please note that the Horde's person must be referred to by their proper title in all official acting paperwork and in correspondence with other branches. Failure to do so will result in your documancer and or secretarian being placed in word jail for a predetermined amount of time based on the severity of the word crime. Sincerely yours, Certainty Dran, Acquisitions Inc. HQ Secretarian.
Word crime or word jail.
Like I said, I tried.
So can we only send actual documents to them, or can we send packages?
You can send packages through the Horde's person bag, I'd assume. I don't know if they'll pick it up.
Person.
I'm gonna think about this for a while, but I'm gonna be kind of an angsty, brooding cat in the meanwhile.
So you mean a normal cat?
Yeah, I was gonna say, since when have you been different than that?
Yeah, I mean, you're normally an angsty brooding cat.
Well, more brooding than normal.
Oh God.
And so Rex, the job request that Evelanae hands over to you gives you
Yeah.
hello. It's because you're
Oh, she just dropped out.
wait for her to join back in.
It's fine.
Oh, she's back. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello?
Technical difficulties.
So Joanna, actually I'm not sure how you want me to call you. God, it's gonna sound like super basic, but turn your Wi-Fi off and back on again. Generally works. Is usually an issue with your.
She
with
can't hear you.
router. Oh yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, thank you. Nathan. Boy. Okay.
Okay.
Hi,
So,
welcome to my life.
she's already heard this, but Rex, I'm filling you in. So basically, the job request from HQ asks you to find, like I said, find the thief, the Black Viper, or either apprehend them or kill them, or at the very least, recover the family heirloom, the priceless family heirloom. It also it gives you a description of the heirloom as well as the Black Viper. You see a feminine face obscured by a mask and hood. For her description, the ruby necklace is that just that set in gold. It also says that the Black Viper operates in Waterdeep at night, most notably in the North Ward, with occasional sightings in the Sea Ward. It says the reward is 300 gold to whichever Acquisitions Inc. team completes the job first. In parentheses, next to that it says multiple AC Inc. Excuse me. So multiple AC Inc. teams have been assigned to this job.
All right. It's an amulet.
Yeah, it's like a necklace, amulet sort of thing.
Okay. Well, I will relay that to the group and say, and this is like a live job right now.
Yeah, it's like just came up.
Okay.
You really missed out on having it be a 1D.
Really, what?
Someone's a
You
1T?
really missed out on having the what was it? The Midnight Viper.
Black
Shadow
The
Viper.
Black Viper.
The
Well,
Black Viper.
they
be
don't know-
1G.
I don't know her race, just that. Like a mask
Okay,
and
so
hood.
okay, could still be a 1D.
Alright, I want to wait for Evelanae to get back before we proceed. Let's see other things to talk about.
Oh, I attuned to that ring.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming, yeah, overnight, most of you guys attune to your rings, so you can
Yeah.
now use them.
How does attunement work in D&D?
It's like a shorter long rest, right?
Yeah, you just hold the item real close to you for at least an hour without doing anything else, and then you're good to go.
Okay, and you can only
3 items.
like at one time or ever.
At one time.
Okay. Cool. Oh boy, I almost tried talking to John again. I currently don't have a keyboard plugged in, which is ironic because I normally have like.
Yeah, I don't. That's
5.
funny for you. Let's see. What else can we do?
If you could.
Nine More Lives is sulking in the corner.
Tell her to restart her computer.
9 More Lives is pissed.
You guys do know that Caxia disappeared for a bit last night. But you don't know where exactly she went off to.
Yeah, I came back just long enough to get a full amount of breath.
I'm gonna respect her privacy.
Really kind of waiting for our player to get back. I hate dead air, so that's why I'm just talking nervously.
Yeah. No,
So you left, right? And what did happen? Where did you go, Kexir?
Me?
Yeah.
You don't know.
No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean where, but I meant like you left where we were. And you.
Yeah, I
how
left
long?
the inn.
And how long were you gone?
Long rest is 8 hours, so back at
At night. Yes.
Yeah.
You mentioned that too.
I left that night.
Well, you specifically said you waited till everybody went to bed, right?
I mean, if it was getting late and not everyone was gone, I would have just tried to sneak.
I'm just wondering if Rex would have noticed, because he doesn't go to bed early and he has a very high passive perception.
I mean, I'll roll a stealth check if you want.
That sounds interesting to me.
Passive perception
want
wouldn't
to?
aid you if you were asleep, though.
Were you saying that he maybe wasn't?
Okay.
No, that's what I was asking. If she waited for everybody to go to sleep, then I wouldn't, obviously. But
I probably would have left at like I wouldn't have waited until everyone was asleep if it was getting late because I wanted to get out and be up. I mean, if you really want to know, I can just roll a stealth check and you can roll perception or whatever.
my suggestion was Rex would probably always sit in the bars late at night, wherever they are, reading or whatever, drinking an ale.
Would you say he's a workaholic?
Yeah, sure. No, he's just a fucking nerd.
I'm glad you said it because I was
I
thinking
can
it too.
relate.
Work while drinking, but okay.
He's just reading.
I mean, so it's still early in the day. It looks like if you depending on which thing you guys like to tackle. Some of them require you to inform the party of it, though. But the one you have the one you sort of have now that everyone knows of is this quest to find the Black Viper. However, it appears that she is only sort of active at night.
So, the only thing I would want to do, if we're sitting around the morning table talking, the only thing I'm interested in doing today is hitting up a magic shop of some kind and buying some components so that I can get my damn Raven back because it was murdered.
Oh, he was? Wait, did the vampires kill him?
Yes.
Yep.
They threw a rock at it and killed it.
And all in this one hit point.
Yeah. And I don't have I think it's incense that you need.
I think it's 50 gold worth of incense.
50?
Or is it 10? I'll be wrong.
I think it's 10.
Let me look it up. 10. It's been a while.
I got it right here. Hold on.
Sorry, yeah, 10 gold worth of incense, charcoal, and herbs that must be consumed by a fire. Do you have a brass brazier?
Does it have to be brass?
I don't know. I'll just say you do for the purpose of the spell. Okay, yeah, you can always look around for a magic shop, do some early morning shopping.
In the morning I'll take an hour and go out and find a shop and buy 10 gold worth of that.
I'll go with him.
And now looking around with your massively high perception, Rex, you do notice that there are wanted posters for the Black Viper plastered around the city.
Oh, really? Is there any additional information on these posters?
There's even less on them than what is.
I figured, yeah.
I have a question. The person I'm looking for is in Waterdeep, right?
Yes. She
gave me like a pretty good description of him, right?
Deference gave you a good description of him. However, let it be said that she also said that so far he has been able to elude Glazia's divination magic in finding him.
Yeah, okay. Even so, I'm going to try to just like keep a passive eye out for him.
Okay.
Everywhere I go.
Oh, he's back. Alright, so you just go to the first sort of magic shop you see. And you are able to purchase that without issue, Rex. Caxir is with you. You guys wouldn't see, or Caxir rather, you wouldn't see this individual, Abraxas, the individual you're searching for. Let's wait till so you guys, what are the rest of you doing? Namely 9 More Lives and Indy.
Is there anybody like around, like in terms of musical? Okay, are there bards around playing currently?
Yeah, you see a group of two, just sort of looks like a half elf and a human, and they're sort of just playing together a little bit, but it's very quietly. They're obviously not performing for people. Maybe they're swapping songs or ballads, or just practicing together, something like that.
Okay.
The human is not 3 strings, because he obviously doesn't have 3 strings on his lute, or 2 rather. Now.
Okay. Indy would slide on over and join him.
And the human's like, "Hey man, you want to join our jam session here?"
Heck yeah.
Only if you have more than 2 strings.
Well, I mean, 3 strings usually works nights here, man.
Do you know anything about him? Do you hang out with him at all, or?
No, man, he usually keeps to himself. I mean, he plays pretty good for only having 2 strings on his lute.
Yeah. How does that work?
I don't know, man. I mean, he used to have 3, and then some people came and he said they broke one of his strings on his lute. But he said he couldn't figure out who did it.
Okay.
He seemed pretty mad, man. Like, madder than I've ever seen a man.
Kegster rolls her eyes in the background.
Yeah.
You can ask him about it if you. He's probably going to show up tonight, man.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Do you know what time he usually comes through?
He doesn't have a really set time, man. I mean, he just shows up and plays what he wants to play.
Doesn't seem like a great way to make a living.
Huzzah!
Yeah, you're back. Only it's a bard's way of life, man. You empathize, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't do this job for the money. You do it for the love of the music, man.
Yeah. 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 That's why I do this.
So they're just playing away. Do you excuse yourself from them, Indy, or are you just playing away with them for...
I'm gonna play with them for a little bit.
Alright. They were like, hey, man, like, we should, like, form a group, man. We seem to be working pretty good together, man. And,
Oh my god.
we could go touring, man.
God, this is physically painful.
Like, hit up all the...
Can you... God.
Like, hit up
These are your people.
Hit up the ends of Waterdeep, man.
No.
Like a limited tour only. We print some flyers, man. Pay some people to create some hype, man. Take to the streets, man. Take Waterdeep by storm, man. Our name up in lights, man.
Her head on the table in the background.
I get up and leave.
No, we need you to fill our roster, man.
See ya, man.
But he does let you go.
Yeah, those guys are useless.
So you rejoin their... Oh, go ahead.
No, I just have nothing to say.
Yeah, so you rejoin the group as Rex and Cax get back. A barmaid has provided 9 more lives with a bit of, I don't know, D&D equivalent of Bailey's Irish cream to sort of cheer her up, because it looks like she's not doing too good.
Who's that?
9 more lives.
Oh, okay.
So after imbibing that, I get on one of the rafters above everybody else, and I continue to sulk. But I feel kind of pukey after the upset
Oh,
from
no.
earlier.
Oh god.
Oh no.
It's gonna be a deck save for whoever this lands on. Just get ready.
Oh no.
That's how this works. How should we do this way? Roll a con check because you said you have an upset stomach and you took all this alcohol in. It's con save. Sorry, con save.
What do I need to roll?
If you are planning on throwing up, then yes. Or trying to fight
Well,
it.
I'm just gonna let it happen.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Please, no.
Let me roll a D100 then. All right. So how this is going to happen is I'm going to need... Yeah. Okay. So... Sorry, I'm going to do this alphabetically. Okay. Sorry, I'm counting on my fingers and I look like putts.
Well, none of us probably watch the stream while you're doing it. Oh.
Caxier, as you come in through the door, you need to make a deck save.
I tried to cheer you up, and this is what you do to me.
Do I see it coming? Because I'm with her.
I will say that you see 9 more lives in the rafters going.
Can I give her assistance? Like push her away? Like try to separate ourselves?
Like,
I will
trying to
say
give
you
her
can
advantage.
point it out so she has advantage on the deck save.
Yes. Perfect. Look out!
Yes, you manage. It just lands with a plop next to you.
I just glare at her and then walk away.
And yeah, so you guys now are all reunited back at the Yawning Portal, trying to decide what you guys want to do for the day. You have a little bit of free time to fill if you want, because unfortunately a lot of these quests, or the quest you've been given, doesn't really take place until night. You can always try to go and scope out these wards before then. But as far as actually apprehending the criminal, she probably won't make her appearance until nightfall.
Okay.
Just based on what the information they've given you.
How long does it take to cast Find Familiar as a ritual?
I believe it's an hour. Or 10 minutes?
Wow.
10 minutes, 10 minutes. Sorry.
It's an hour casting time by itself.
Yeah, so, I'm assuming ritual is 10 minutes, but I don't think ritual can be shorter than the actual casting time. So it's probably an hour as well.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go up to my room and do that and bring Venning back.
All right. Rex, give me a history check.
Okay.
Because you've been in Waterdeep before, right? You've been around Waterdeep. You lived here. Okay, then you would have heard this, especially since you're sort of a knowledge person who loves reading and stuff. So the name Black Viper is one you remember seeing or reading about a while back, just while you're perusing one of their libraries you were at the time. From what you know, though, that they, with their exploits, they were a notorious burglar, pickpocket, mugger, and assassin. They had a long and nefarious career, but it appears like they mysteriously vanished or stopped operating in Waterdeep about a century ago.
A century ago? Okay. Did I get any details of like the race or gender or anything like that?
No, they were very careful not to reveal that to anyone. They were. You do know the description of what you do have matches what Acquisitions gave you. It's clearly a feminine form, and the voice is feminine, but it appears like they were putting on a sort of voice, as it were, so people wouldn't be able to recognize them. Their face was and features were obscured by a mask and hood. They wielded a rapier, and they wore like all black. Other than that, that's all you get.
Okay. Okay. So I'll come back downstairs and let the group know. This person's operated here before, but did you say 100 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. So this Black Viper persona is kind of a historical, successful cat burglar. I'm trying to think what to say. This person has a rapier, but it's interesting that they're reappearing now because it seems like they disappeared a long time ago. I'm saying all that to the rest of the group.
How likely do we think that this would be someone acting under the persona so they can gain fear and status while attempting these things?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's out of the question, but everything that we got in our description matches the historical account of the Black Viper.
Yeah, like I said, it could be the case. But you also know that there are races in the Forgotten Realms that live an extraordinarily long amount of time. Elves being one. It's not. They frequently live older than 700 years old. So I mean,
it wouldn't be unheard of.
Yeah, it wouldn't be unheard of, but it is odd that they would stop and then reappear 100 years later. Anything else you guys want to do, or you just want to wait till the evening time?
I'm good. I went and got my components. I got my bird back. Actually, you know what? Can I retcon that I brought him back as a bird with dark vision?
Yeah. Well, what birds? I think I know what owl does, but there are others as well, probably.
An owl's good.
A bat probably has dark vision, even though it's not true. Because cats, for some reason, don't have dark vision in D&D, and I am upset about that.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Actually,
Tabaxi do though, don't they?
Yes.
So why wouldn't cats?
what's like the most common bird in Waterdeep?
I don't know.
Pigeon?
Yeah, the fancy version of a pigeon. Or
Pigeon.
They've got
Familiar.
3 wings. No? Okay.
So I'm looking up a D&D bat to make sure they actually have dark vision. Or if they have like blind sense or something. Okay, so it has keen hearing and blind sight to 60 feet is a bat. So it's essentially dark vision, but not. Alright, so you guys wait until around nighttime. I'm assuming if that's fine with everyone. Just chilling around the yawning portal, maybe going out to see the sights of the city. Familiarizing yourself with Evelanae, as you'll be working together. But however you pass the time, it does begin. Something begins to set. Evening rolls in. More customers are appearing at the yawning portal. You do see Bonnie come in for work. and she begins serving customers with gusto. You also see 3 strings plucking away on his lute. That only has 2. And he is sort of like moving through the crowd from table to table, that sort of thing. He doesn't really stay in one place. There's no really stage here set up in the yawning portal. As far as individuals you would recognize, I believe that's it.
I don't see the person I conversed with from last night.
No. You do know that she said that you'll probably never see her again.
Yeah, I know, which is just...
Rude.
That's
She's
the
in
way.
servant to my
That's just the way
so,
it
I mean,
happens
it
when you
makes
happen
sense.
to serve an archdevil. That's, you don't really just go where they tell you lest you die. But yeah, so what would you guys like to do?
Evelyn's just kind of been sitting quietly, very confused what's going on right now, and just kind of watching the yawning portal throughout the day to see if like the patterns, what's happening.
As far as what are you looking for specifically? Like the number of people.
Just
go ahead.
pattern, like how like an area ebbs and flows, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's been in the areas do generally get there's different sort of parts of the yawning portal that different groups have sort of staked their claim to, but these areas sort of get more livelier with the presence of alcohol, obviously, as well as music. Those 2 seem to work well together, and as such, 3 Strings is as being one of the few bards working tonight at the Yawning Portal, is raking in quite a fair bit of cash.
Really?
Yeah, what are you doing? He's got like a brand and everything.
What?
3 Strings. He's got like a following now.
Yeah, it seems very popular.
You gotta get some groupies.
Yeah. Oops.
You do notice that on his breaks, who's watching him? Like, are you looking for 3 Strings specifically?
I'm watching him very carefully.
All right. So you do notice that on his breaks, he spends quite a bit of time with Bonnie.
Does it seem like a romantic thing, or just like a friend, or like...
You're not really
something
certain
else?
based on what they're saying. I mean, you're not... I don't know how well you'd be good at reading a different race's body language than your own, because you're fairly young. Let's do an insight check to see. It's going to be pretty high because you can't hear what they're saying. It's only their body language.
If I see them, I can read lips.
Of course you can. 4 for a total of 7.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
you can't. I mean, humans are weird, man.
Yeah.
Are they speaking
Cool.
a language I know?
Yeah, so they're definitely speaking in common.
Can any of us hear them?
Not unless you move closer. I'm assuming you're keeping your distance, because, that's just generally how it is when you're observing someone, and you don't want them to realize. Oh dear Lord, yeah. So due to the general din and of the yawning portal, it's impossible to hear them from your current position. You have to move closer.
want to sneak close.
All right.
Well, hang on. If Indy's being weird and like
Yeah,
staring at this
Indy's
guy,
the one staring at this guy. You guys aren't sure why, because the like keep in mind the message he got from Three Strings, the note. No, only person that saw it was Caxier.
what? Yeah, but what I mean, only person who saw what?
The note.
The note that
Oh, sure. But I just meant if Indy's staring at these two talking, I'm just suggesting I would take notice and I would be able to know what they're talking about if
Yeah.
I can see their lips.
Yeah, you can find you would notice that Indy's acting strange, and you could. I'm not even going to roll insight or anything. You guys have been together for a while. He just seems to be staring at Three Strings all throughout the night, and you can find a great angle to see, sort of who he's talking to. He knows he's talking to the lady that served you last night. You recall her name was Bonnie, and you can sort of pick up on what they're saying with a perception check.
Can I? Wait, Indy's like looking directly at them, right? Like engrossed in like.
Oh no, not one.
Yeah, not with.
Can I?
Yes. What would you like to do, Cax?
Can I go up behind him and scare him?
Sure. Roll spell check.
Behind who? Indy or the
Behind
guy?
Indy. And Indy, what's your
Yeah,
passive
yes.
perception? Because you're actively staring at someone else, so you're not focused on the surrounding areas.
My passive perception
Not
is
20.
a 16 though.
So yeah, you get it right behind him. He's just staring. You now notice that he's staring at Three Strings too, but you're right behind him, Caxier.
I go up and I just shove him, and just like really quickly, and like dart away. Actually, no, I just stay there, just like get his attention. Like I want to try to scare him.
You're hilarious. Cool. Thanks. Great job.
Hello.
I saw you get a little note last night. What was that about?
Okay. Boy, okay. I can't talk about it down here. Come on. Upstairs. With me. Boy, that sounds bad. Let's talk about it upstairs.
Okay, I follow him, but I'm honestly surprised he said anything when I follow.
Okay, DM, what did the letter say again?
So it addressed you by name, but it also addressed you as Agent Indy. It said assist Bonnie with her problem for the good of Waterdeep and its people.
Assist Bonnie with her problem?
Yeah, or this is a help Bonnie with her problem for the good of Waterdeep and its people.
Okay. So I got a letter from somebody who I do not know about somebody that I also do not know. But I think I know who it's from.
So you
and
don't
what
know.
they're trying to do.
You don't know the guy who gave it to you, but you think that you know the person who could have possibly written it?
Maybe not the person, but the persons.
Okay. I'm confused.
Is Indy really quiet for everyone else?
Oh, no, Indy, they're
We're
upstairs in the
upstairs.
room.
No. She just meant in Discord, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Am I better now?
yes.
I haven't turned up to like 100.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Is this better now? Am I louder?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just leaning really far back in my chair. Okie dokie. It's really hard to explain. I'm not sure if I can fully explain it. But I haven't been fully honest with you guys, and right now, I'm part of a group. We try and do good things. That's really all I have to say. We just try and help people that need it, and I figured that was a good thing for me to try and do, so I joined this organization. And I've just received a letter from someone who I think might be another member of this organization asking me to help with an issue that the waitress, that the barmaid that served us last night is having.
So you're part of an organization other than the team we are on?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need help? No questions asked.
Let me figure out what's going on first. Then I walk back downstairs.
Okay. I wait a minute and then follow him back down.
Rex is still like awkwardly moving around the bar to try to read lips, but he apparently can't because he keeps putting himself in the bad position to do so.
He lost his glasses.
Yeah, maybe like he forgot to put them on for that first one.
Yeah. It's like a reading of bad lip readings. It's like that.
This does not make any sense. This can't be what they're saying. He's unhappy with the bacon guacamole. What? If I see Kexer come back down after Indy's being weird for like however long this is gone, I'm gonna send her a message. Say, is everything okay?
Yep.
Okay.
So, sorry, out of character, I'm going to try to change the server to a different region. So hopefully that'll fix it.
Yeah, I was thinking that could be the issue.
What are you in
I'm
right
trying to
now?
figure out how to do that.
I'm sure what was going on. It should be in like chat settings if you left click the chat.
No, it's in the server overall server settings, right inside the overview.
Okay.
You
Then
should be able
where
to
is
change
that
the server
for?
region.
Where is Joanna
Overview.
based?
Yeah, if you click on the thing,
So
then
I'm
server
currently in
settings.
US East, but let me try US Central, see if that helps.
Sorry for the noise. I'm moving stuff around on my desk to make some room.
Okay.
We should all move up to in character so it maybe can
Yeah, let's try
reset
to
our
do
connection or
that
something.
too. Hello, is everyone here? Can we hear? Joanna, can
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
Yay.
so we switched. I changed the server location to Central US. So hopefully that fixes it, because it was on East. And we also changed voice channels to hopefully like reset everything.
I'll be right back.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's fine. This is weird. Like this has never happened with Discord. Like it's weird. I know it's not your fault.
I can connect to Amy's server. I can connect to Penny Arcade server. I can connect to another local friend's private server. It's so...
So they're just basically they Rex did an intelligence check to learn a little more about the Black Viper. Indy and Cax were talking about something. Other than that, most of you guys have just been reveling in the night scene at the Yawning Portal.
Nope, you're gone again.
God, I can hear
No,
you.
No, you're
I
there.
can
You're
hear
there. You're there. You're there. You're there. You just stop talking.
Yes, I just stopped talking.
Yeah, we
The
do that
silence.
sometimes.
The silence scared me, guys.
Yeah, you've got
Yeah, everyone should be up
Here.
here now and good to go.
We're good.
Okay. I apologize for all that, but Indy and Caxter, I believe, / Rex were talking about something. Or about to.
Yep.
I cut out right before Rex rolled the perception check.
That's been a while. Huh.
Yeah, he
Wait, didn't we
failed
just
that
say-
miserably,
well-
and he couldn't read what Bonnie and Three Strings were talking about to each other.
You did miss a lot of character stuff that like you wouldn't have heard anyway. So now you can accurately.
So now you can definitely act surprised when something happens, because you actually won't know.
Indy was
Yeah.
being weird. Him and Caxier went upstairs and they came back down.
I'm so focused on what's going on in this room, and I miss everything else.
Yeah.
So, Cax, I believe Rex sent you a message about what Indy is up to.
Yeah, I replied.
She responded. We're good.
Oh, I missed it. Can you just say that one more time? Because I missed it when I was trying to search.
I checked in with her and just because I'm assuming Rex would know that they walked upstairs and then came back down after Indy was being strange. And then I just checked in and I said, "Is everything okay?" And she replied yes.
Okay. So what do you guys like to do now? Keep in mind, once again, there are a lot of things you can do. You can search for the Black Viper. You can... Indy's weird. Maybe talk to him about that or see what he's up to.
I'm being a weird boy.
Last night they saw that I left the table, right? Did they see who I left with? Or did I?
I'm sorry,
I did.
what?
Did they see who I was talking to last night? Any
No,
chance?
so basically you came by the table, you left super drunk, and you bumped into someone away from the table.
Okay, cool.
So they didn't see who you were with at all.
I don't think Indy's being weird, right?
No, I mean, you haven't
Wouldn't
really
know.
been around these people a lot, but like he is staring at this one dude like a lot. It's another bard who's sort of only has 3 strings or two, actually sorry, he has 2 strings on his instrument, but everyone calls him 3 strings for some reason.
How weird are you being?
Very weird. Like it's very obvious to you guys.
Okay.
Is it
It's
even
just,
obvious to me?
Yeah, it's that bad.
Can I try to engage him in conversation when we get back down so it's not obviously staring at him, or at least stand with my back towards them so if he's staring at him, it looks like he's staring at me.
Yeah, you guys have you guys can do that, but you notice that 3 strings now, you actually can't see him anymore. Indy.
God damn it. Would I be able to tell where he went?
If you
I
give
don't
me a
know.
perception.
Ask someone.
I don't know, give me a perception check.
I was gonna say I've been watching the room. Would I see that?
Yeah, so
Rolling in
what you
D&D
saw...
in my game?
I'm sorry, go
Okay,
ahead.
Perception check. I got
Yes,
a plus
perception.
6. Let's go. Nat 1. Yeah.
No, no idea. So, Joanna, who is Joanna?
I've gone temporarily blind.
Evelanae, you see that he was on maybe on break or something, but he sort of took a short break from playing, talking to some girl at the bar, who has red hair and a sort of a braid situation. She appears to be employed here as a barmaid, but they're talking in sort of low hush tones. Definitely can't hear them from where you're at over the din of the bar. But she gives him a drink, and he downs it in one gulp, and then he sets it down and goes back to playing. And he has made his way up to the top sort of level of the Yawning Portal and is playing up there. So you can sort of follow his trajectory because he's going around tables, playing for people, getting tips, that sort of thing.
He's basically like the musician who's just like doing his thing and knows how to work a crowd.
Yeah, essentially.
So if I had to rate like the performance he was doing on a scale from I don't know, like a 1 to 20, would I say he got like a 20?
You would say it's hard to tell. Indy. Let's see. I'll have you roll. No, you use this as a bard. It's very hard to play a lute well with only 3 strings. And he only has 2 on his. So the very fact that he's able to even like please the crowd, these groups of people, different groups of people, different like essentially a whole different crowd as he goes from like area to area. That at least on a technical level, he is very skilled, and he knows how to read a room very well.
Okay.
Was he playing on the stage before, or was he always circling the room?
He's always sort of like going around different tables, playing for people. There's no really stage stuff at the Yawning Portal to perform.
I look at my lute. I notice how many strings are on it.
There are 5.
I was told he had 2 strings. I think that's a little weird, and I think he. But I just keep watching the room.
Okay.
All right, make a perception check, Evelanae. If you're focused in on 3 strings, make a perception check. Oh, okay. Here's what you get.
Take that for the first roll.
Nat 1 for me, and then
So you notice that there are certain groups of people that he spends a little more time around than others. Like certain tables. The Yawning Portal caters to all sorts. So you see, especially in like even more so than Waterdeep in general. So you see a lot of races and individuals and people and professions here that are you would describe as odd, maybe dangerous, maybe sort of like not sort of thing you talk about in polite company for, like maybe like mercenaries, and just unsavory people, individuals, as it were. And he seems to be hanging around them a lot more than usual, or than the other groups. And he is just, you even notice that he's listening very intently, based on his body language, to what these groups of people are saying.
Look, Indigo, I found him, and I convey that information.
Great, thank you.
What, you are staring? That's what I do, I stare.
Thank you for the help. And then I just basically go up and basically do the same thing he was doing and try and one-up him.
Alright, roll a perception check.
Trailing.
I mean, a performance check.
I'm trailing behind him.
Please don't let it be another natural
Trying to be
1.
stealthy.
It's a 4. God, no.
Okay, yeah, I only need to. So you try to like, to play like obviously you don't play in the same area as him because that would be, uncouth as a bard. But you play next to him, but the sounds do sort of overlap at certain points, and the people around you are sort of like. They're, like you see like a gruff half where people like move out of the way. I'm waiting the 3 strings. He's sort of like shoving you aside, Indy.
I go up to him and kind of just like pull him back downstairs.
Oh, I wasn't doing it like the same area. I was doing it like downstairs.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So yeah, so
Did I
I
did I
thought you
say
said
I
you were
was
trying to
like?
like one up him, and so you would do that in general area of him. Sorry. So
Oh no.
downstairs you get a few people like nodding in your direction, but for the most part, people generally ignore you.
Yeah, but like it's not my best work.
Yeah, you're sort of out of it. You're in a different, whole new city. You know, if this was a Northshore house, you'd be killing it, man.
Oh yeah.
But you do see him eventually come back downstairs and start playing, and he comes over to your table, and he sort of walks by your table. He seems to notice the loot. I'm assuming you're sat down with the rest of the group, Indy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Evelanae also has a lute as well. So he motions to you two. He says, "I see you both of you play. Would you like to play with me for a bit?"
Yes, I would.
Evelyn will decline.
And he sort of says, "Fair enough. So if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it."
God,
Me
no,
either.
we can't do this again.
But she will cast guidance on Indy.
Yes.
He
Can we
says,
double
"Oh,
guidance,
you're
by
one
the
of those
way?
performance-enhancing bards. I see how it is."
Juiced me.
Yeah, you get a D4 on your ability check.
He's
Fantastic.
like, "Well, let's walk and play and walk."
It's a walk and talk.
And then as you begin to play, make another performance check, Indy.
Can I just be keeping my eyes on them?
Yeah.
Pretty sure we all are at this point.
So you're sort of talking and playing and talking, and then despite what you roll before, it's like, I'll mitigate that, but you hear a voice in your mind that's very clearly three strings, and just says, "Are you an idiot? Could you be even?" He says, "Are you an idiot? Could you be any more obvious?"
Yes and yes.
He says, "How?" And then the messages again. He says, "The Harpers must be desperate for members to recruit someone like you."
Oof.
You'll see.
Yeah, he says, "Rather than stalking me throughout the night, why aren't you helping Bonnie?"
I didn't know if I could trust you.
That's how this business works. You don't get the luxury of deciding. You're given a job, you do the job.
This is all in
It's
their
not the
heads.
first-
Yes, he's using message to speak with Indy while they're playing.
Do you want me to roll another performance check, by the way?
Yeah, you can roll another performance check.
Add your
Okay.
D4.
Yep. I will.
So this performance check is to see how long you can keep up this ruse of speaking with three strings while playing.
17.
Because your mind is sort of divided through playing and moving and speaking to someone mentally all at the same time. So you're very sort
Yeah,
of
they get hard.
you're like spreading your resources thin. So
Yeah, I can barely play D&D.
so if you the longer you speak, the harder the DC will be to perform adequately to keep up with three strings, as it were.
Okay.
He says, the note couldn't have been any clearer. Bonnie has an issue. For reasons unmentioned, I can't help her with. She would be a good fit for the Harpers, we believe, but she has something she needs taken care of before she can join. You need to help her with that.
Okay. Do you have literally anything else you can tell me?
It's better to hear it from her.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Roll on a performance check. This time you don't have guidance, but you do have +8.
Nope.
I was gonna say guidance lasts for a minute.
It lasts on the next
19.
check though. It doesn't carry over. All right,
Still
19 is
better
good
than
enough.
last time, though.
So you manage to skillfully sort of bow out of the duo you guys are playing, and 3 Strings switches over to sort of solo act, and you sort of dip out.
Okay. I go over to Bonnie, and I say, I guess like under my breath, I heard from our friend that you might need some help.
All right, so she just looks at you, and then do a persuasion check.
Okay.
All right, she says. She like whispers back. She says, "Not here." And she sort of like she says, "Give me a minute. I'll finish up serving these people. We'll just wait in that room over there." She points to like a back room. It's not the same one you and Durnan went into.
I nod and I just go and wait for her.
All right, a couple minutes pass, and then she comes into the room, and she closes the door behind her. And sort of while she's doing that, she says, "So how much about me did 3 Strings tell you?"
Literally nothing. I have no idea what is going on.
She says, "I guess it would be best to just show you." And her back's towards you now, and she just like this deep sigh, and she turns around. And she doesn't look like the human anymore, or like parts of her don't look like a human anymore. Most notably, like her face, her hair's still there, but her face is different, and like her arm is different as well. She looks something like. Let me save this image. I didn't prepare this. I'm going to pull this up into Roll20 so you can see it. Parts of her look like this.
Oh boy. Yes. Doppelgangers.
Yes.
Yay.
And he says, "Yeah, so I'm not exactly human or really any race. At the same time, I'm all of them. It's weird. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's really fucking dope.
the only person that really knows my secret side to you now is Matrim. I'm sorry, 3 Strings. Is what people call him. And I suppose he told you to help me."
Yeah. He did.
Okay. And she
What
sighs, and she's like,
Do you
"So
need
how..."
help with?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What do you need help with? What's
Says,
going on?
so how much do you know about doppelganger? She's back to her like her normal appearance, like redheaded woman, human woman, pretty, that sort of thing. So she says, how much do you know about doppelgangers?
Literally nothing at all besides that you guys exist and that some of you guys are just really bad.
I wouldn't
I'm
say
gonna
some of
assume.
us are really bad, more like most close towards all of us are.
You're not, so that's fine.
I mean, there are some exceptions.
You.
Like, I suppose I could be counted one. Like, I don't have desire to steal from people, or impersonate people, or kill someone and impersonate them to inherit all their wealth, that sort of thing. Bonnie was someone that passed away through disease a while ago.
Did you know her?
No, I didn't. But I came to so doppelgangers are usually not liked by society or people. They just are sort of tendency to do bad things. And I came to Waterdeep a while ago with a group of other doppelgangers.
Good ones or bad ones?
We all agreed that Waterdeep would be our place to sort of start fresh, blank slate, a new beginning. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that they didn't hold on to that sentiment for long, and they began to do commit crimes that they've, from what I can tell, I've been keeping tabs on them, they've gotten away with recently, but they have aroused, or eventually they'll begin to arouse the suspicions of concerned groups in Waterdeep, most notably the Emerald Enclave, who see doppelgangers as a sort of abomination of nature and as something that must be purged. And I'm afraid that if they continue to do evil, the Emerald Enclave will figure out that group of doppelgangers that located in the city and begin a sort of witch hunt, and put us all to the stake. And that's, I personally like living. I like working for Durham. I like working at the Yawning Portal. I like meeting all these new people. I don't want to die. That being said, I don't want my fellow doppelgangers to die as well. I just want them to stop.
Living is good.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just making a goof.
Oh, she said, I don't want them to die as well. I just want them to stop doing bad things. Or not do them in Waterdeep anymore. So if you can convince them to leave, that's probably for the best. Convincing them to stop, I'm afraid they'll only say, like, they will say they'll stop, but then as soon as you're gone, they'll just go back to doing what they're doing.
Okay.
And only as a last resort, or like in self-defense, should you use violence.
Okie dokie. That sounds like a plan. What do you think is the best way to go about making them stop?
I leave that up to you. Matrim said a specialist would be dispatched to help me. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm assuming you are the specialist.
DM, would I know what a specialist is?
You haven't heard of that in the Harper organization. It might be just something that Three Strings used to placate Bonnie without revealing his ties to the Harpers.
Okay, cool.
And so she says, I have their names and what they, who they're currently impersonating and where they work. That'll help.
Yeah, that'll help a ton.
Okay, so the
Thank you
first
for that.
is Balgrim Hammerfist. I don't know why I put human dwarf. There's male dwarf. Whoops. He's a male dwarf. He works at the House of Good Spirits, which is a brewery or an inn in the South Ward.
Okay.
I'll put these in chat too once. The next is Errol Everlight. Is a female high elf. She serves at Timora's Temple, the Tower of Luck. That's located in the Sea Ward. The next is Roval Stin, human male. He's a bard that performs at the inn, the Pilgrim's Rest. I forgot the ward that was in, but I can look it up. That's out of character. Sorry. I'll tell you what the ward is soon. And then last is Tofarn Kraktar. He's a male bronze dragonborn. He's a bouncer at the bar, the Hanged Man, in the Dock Ward.
Okay. Me and a group of people will get going on that. And we will fix this problem for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. See you around.
Remember, no violence unless absolutely necessary.
Yep, no murder. Nope. No murder. Not an issue with us at all. We definitely don't kill things.
Okay, Pilgrim's Rest is located in the Sea Ward.
Okay. Great. Thank you for that. So now what do we do? Okay, fix the problem. Boom. Plotline fixed.
Alright, so she says it's probably better if you leave first, or no. And I'll follow you shortly.
Yeah. Generally, how this stuff goes. Inconspicuous spy things. Let's go. And I walk out.
Alright, she does not follow you. But yeah, so you walk out. I'm assuming you rejoin the group.
Yep.
Is there anything special you guys like to be doing while Indy and Bonnie were talking? Or you?
I'm just staring at the door that he walked into, waiting for him to come out.
G. Alright, yeah, so you see Indy come out. Do you make your way back to the group, Indy?
Yep.
While that was happening, I would have asked Rex if, since this was at night, if we had a way to see in the dark.
I have a way to get around it. I can create light.
Ah, you're a good one to have around.
Yeah. My favorite one is to put it on my flying friend here, but I transitioned him to a form that he should be able to see in the dark, so he should be fine. I'll keep it local.
Thanks.
So after
I don't have that ability.
Yeah. Oh, no problem. Just to let you know what Rex did, he basically gave up after he couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. He went back to his table and just started reading one of his tomes what he carries around.
All right. And I'm assuming 9 More Lives is feeling better now.
Still a little mopey, but not pukey.
I mean, the group can always refer to you as the Hordes person. It's just that officially you don't get that name change.
It's the official title that means so much.
All right. And so Indy rejoins the group.
Do I know who has what job in this group?
Oh, yes. Based on their pins, you would know.
I would have given you a rundown anyway, sorry.
Rex is the Documancer. 9 More Lives is the Hordes person. Caxier.
Hordes person.
Caxier is the Secretarian, and Indy is the Cartographer. There's a 6th member that you have not met yet. The Obviator of the group, Freya Winterborn, a female Wood Elf Barbarian. That's all under the handout, Team Soteria. All right, Indy, do you take it upon yourself now to reveal this quest you've received to the group, or do you keep it close to the chest?
I keep it close for now. I don't know who might be listening.
Okay. Well, you guys do know, like, it's night time now. It's quite a bit now into night. It might be a good time to, if you're going to, try to find the Black Viper. But you can always just, complete the night out by some more drinking, some more eating, that sort of thing. It's a D&D. It's up to you.
What do you guys think?
Evelanae would like to get out of the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'll let talk if possible.
Let's go look for the burglar.
Okay. What ward do you search for the Black Viper?
The correct one. No, I'm just kidding. We know that it was the North Ward, and you said the Dock Ward or the Sea Ward?
Yes.
Okay. But mostly the North.
Yes, it says most nobly in the paper. It says the Black Viper operates in Waterdeep at night, most notably in the Sea Ward with occasional sightings in the. Most notably in the North Ward, with occasional sightings in the Sea Ward.
Okay. Well, let's go to the North then.
All right. You guys head to the North Ward. Now you do know, Rex, since you've lived in Waterdeep, that the North Ward is very fancy. So is the Sea Ward.
Is that something that is going to hinder our movements?
It probably not, but you want to be more sort of circumspect than you would in other wards of Waterdeep. There's more of a sort of there's guards that patrol. There's that sort of thing. Like it's You would know that. So yeah, the Sea Ward especially. The Sea Ward has like a lot of the temples of Waterdeep, as well as the sort of new money, or just in general very rich people. The North Ward is sort of like old money nobles.
Okay. All right, as we're walking over, guys, it's just if you haven't been here before, where we're going is kind of more no nonsense than places we've been before. So try to be under the radar is the best.
Can I put my hood like halfway so it's not like obscuring my face, but it's just kind of over my head a little?
Yeah, sure.
Basically, we don't want attention here.
All right, so it's about 11 when you guys set out. You think that might be a good time for burglary, but you're not certain, as most of you, I don't think, have a criminal background. But as you're sort of wandering around the North Ward, you do see like various guard patrols, but they sort of pay you no mind. But you're not really doing anything suspicious. They do sort of, you do notice that they are watching you. As you sort of pass on the street.
What ward are we coming from?
I believe the Yawning Portal is located in the Castle Ward, but I have to look that up. Yes, it's located in the Castle Ward, and for those not familiar, the Castle Ward is like in the middle of the city almost. The west part of the city. Yeah, it's hard to describe with just showing you a picture. Let's see if I can find a picture which is the Wards of Waterdeep. Here's one.
What?
I found one. That's really small, and no one will be able to read that. Hopefully this is better. Okay. Yeah, that's not right. There we go. Okay. I think this is actually the Castle Ward you're looking at right now in this picture, because there's the Castle of Waterdeep there, but let me show you a better picture. That loading for you guys? Do you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so you're in the Castle Ward. The street, which I don't have the street names that they describe the Yawning Portal on, is... between Waterdeep Castle and Snail Street. So the castle is like right here, so I'm assuming it's fairly close. Somewhere in like, let me get a little marker here. Probably somewhere around in this area is where, in this circle, sorry that's horrible, is where, pay no attention to that like smiley face in the middle, but that circle is probably around where the Iron Portal is located. This is the Sea Ward that I'm circling around right now. That's where the temples are at in the, sort of the new money, or just in general rich people. The North Ward is where the old money / like nobles of the city live. That's in the northeast part of the city. So I'm assuming you're going to make your way down one of these streets, go past this large sort of plaza or middle area, and then continue in that way to the North Ward. Or go up this main street here. Alright. So looking around the North Ward, nothing really takes you by surprise. You don't really hear or see anything untoward or sketchy. But I would like you guys to make a perception check. This is hearing that matters to certain people. Alright, 9 more lives. You hear the distant sound of a brawl or fight break out.
Can we head there?
I mean, if you're the one that heard it, so if you pose this questions to the group, you could, relay the information, see what they want to decide.
Did anyone else hear that?
No?
Is that the duck?
I think
What's
I did hear a quack out of character.
That's quackers. So nobody heard anything whatsoever? Is
What
that
did you
me?
hear?
Nope.
Sounds like people are fighting. I'm guessing I know which way.
Yes, you do.
I point in that direction.
Doug. I'm gonna send venting up over top. Try to take a look.
All right, yeah, venting goes off in that direction. So you stop him at the 100 feet sort of range of Find Familiar, and he can see he's looking at in that direction. He sees this. He sees a figure fighting 2 others, and behind these 2 other figures, they're sort of fending off the one. They're clad in more standard, traditional armor of a heavy variety. So chainmail. They're wielding swords and spears. Behind them is this sort of fancy dressed individual, rather pudgy, middle-aged man who's beginning to bald. He looks rather fearful, sort of cowering behind these 2. I'm engaging the guards, which is what you'll probably infer. As an individual with a hood and cloak, her back's to you, so you can't really see, but it's definitely a feminine figure. She's wielding her rapier. She is darting in and out in between the guards, trying to find a way past them or a way to subdue them.
So the moment I suspect that this is possibly the Black Viper, I'll snap back and say, "We've got to go. That seems like her. I think we got lucky."
Question. Are we near the water? Is this more interior?
Let me look. Now I gotta find. There it is. I believe it's in the northeast, so there's not a lot of water here. You'd be in the west area to be next to the water. But let me make sure. Yeah, not a lot of water next to the North Ward.
Cool.
All right. I'm sure you guys hasten towards the sound of fighting.
Yep.
All right, so you guys approach now.
Stealthily.
You do use sneaks. Okay, so I'll need you guys to roll stealth checks then. Now you can't run while being sneaky. That's not a thing.
Okay, stealth time.
Cax rolled
Nice.
a 2.
I rolled a 2.
Wait,
So did Rex. Oh man.
I roll stealth with disadvantage too.
Oh boy.
My dice is jacked in
Heavy
roll
armor.
20.
All right. Okay.
Oof.
So basically, what happens is this. So you guys are seeing this figure from a distance, fine. You're trying to approach stealthily. You get within about 30 feet of the individual, and it looks like she has sort of like, just as she sort of like knocks the last guard out with like the butt of her rapier, and she points it towards the noble, and he is like just like thrown his coin purse at the black viper and just like ran away, or is beginning to run away. And
How close are we to her?
about 30-ish feet.
Okay.
And
Can
then
I-
this is what happens. Rex, you stumble into, maybe she's not used to working with your group, the dynamics of the group, you're sort of how you move together, but you sort of you bump into Evelanae, and you both like sort of almost fall to the ground, but you catch each other the last second. But the noise is enough that this figure turns and looks at you.
Can I throw a dagger at her, but like try to hit her with the hilt in the head?
Like non-lethal damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So you don't get sneak.
How do I turn that off?
If I can cast a spell, I'd love to.
1 second.
Uh-huh.
Gotta find her stat block. Oh wait, sorry, this is what you guys see. And she'd be further in, about 30 feet away from you guys, because you guys failed that stealth check. Or some of you failed it pretty bad, man. So I just move guys back up 1 square.
Okay. Oop, I need to be in there, don't I? Yep, I'm
You're in there. Everyone's got 5
I need
people
to
in there.
redraw your portrait.
All right. So, so let's see what her. Yeah, so that hits her.
Can I like aim for the temple?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Has she killed 2 guards?
No, she has knocked them out.
Okay, sorry.
They're not dead.
Yeah.
They're not dead, just sleeping for a very long time.
Yeah, she used like the butt of her,
They
the
went
hand
to
of
a
her rapier
farm.
to like hit one in the back of the head and knock him out.
Yeah, I wanted to like stun her or knock her unconscious.
So
to try to get, like, the
she
hilt of
does. So she turns and looks at you, and so but she also, while she does it, she sort of like ducks down to grab the bag of money. So your dagger only sort of like hits her in the shoulder. And then she
So it
picks that
misses,
up
or-
and like starts running, or like makes to run, and that's where we'll start initiative. Let me put. Okay, so make sure to click on your token and then roll initiative, so it shows up all fancy. Oh man, she didn't roll well. She did not roll. She had +4 too.
Hey.
Alright, I'm assuming. Cax. Wait, you guys both have 18 decks? What's your deck scores?
My dex is 18.
What's Indy's? Oh, the noble has like.
My dexterity is +3, 17.
Okay. So Cax goes first. Descending. Okay, so the noble has just booked it past you guys. Like he's like here running away, and he like points at you and is like, "Apprehend that criminal!" But she's making
At
like
us?
she's pointing at you. You plural to apprehend that criminal.
The noble is
Huh.
pointing at us to get.
Yeah, he's like pointing at you and then to her, like he's doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, he's trying to get us to help him.
Yeah. So, but
Okay,
he's
okay.
actively running away, like he's moving in this direction away from the thief, and she is trying to move further into the alleyway. Looks like going that way. All right.
Can I move like there and just try to knock her out again with like my scimitar?
Sure. All right. That hits her as well. No sneak. So the sneak on your character sheet, you just click it. It should be under like global damage modifiers in the middle of your character sheet. Not where scimitar is, below that.
Sorry.
And so see, it's under Hellish Rebuke. It says global damage. You can unclick and unclick the checkbox there, and that'll add her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll again?
No, you're fine. That hits.
Okay.
So she has stood up and is like preparing to run, but you sort of catch her in the back, with the flat of the blade, we'll say. Indy.
Yep. I'm gonna cast. I'm assuming the thief is holding a weapon or has some sort of armor.
Yes.
I'm going to cast my current favorite spell, which is Heat Metal.
All right. What
Make
save?
a
A con
Constitution.
save.
Yeah.
What are you heating up?
The armor that she's wearing.
Okay, you can't see
Or
what
like
armor she's wearing because her back's still to you. But
Okay, do I see like a belt buckle or something?
no,
She's holding my dagger.
the daggers are like in her, or not rather. You specifically said you hit her with like you didn't hit her with the pointy end, so
Yeah.
that's not that's not stuck in her, as it were. Her rapier is the only
Yeah,
thing you
but
can see that's
you
metal
can grab
currently, Indy.
Okay.
And that's made
I
out of
mean-
wood. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my bad. Oh, wait, this might change things. Let me say she'll roll again, but then she will go after Indy if it changes. She has advantage on initiative rolls. A 9! Yay! She's slightly better. Okay. Man, okay. Indy. Sorry. So what are you heating up, Indy?
On second thought, if I thought that she'd be like facing me. If she is not, then I'll cast Bane on her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, it's a
Level
D4. It's a minus D4 to her attack rolls, right?
Yeah.
Charisma saving throw first. Okay, let's see what she rolls. Man, she is shitting the bed. She rolled a 4, so she is baned.
Nice.
Alright. You want to move anywhere? You want to do a bonus action? Everyone's health should be at full
Oh
now.
shit. Wait. Could I have hit her again as a bonus action?
You could have with your offhand, yeah.
I forgot. Okay, never mind then. Whoops. It's been a while.
Okay, so lacking Indy, lacking you. Words are hard. Do you use a bonus action to do anything?
Hold on, I gotta go.
You can play your instrument for someone and inspire them. I think that's all you can do because you used the spell already. Or would you like to move?
I'm not convinced he's here. Indy.
I'll have him hold his movement / bonus action. That's okay. Or we can just wait for him to get back. Let's all take a short break. I need to use the restroom for about 5 minutes. Get some snacks if you have them. Get some drinks. Come back. And figure out. I'll change her name down to the Black and White. You pretty much identified her as such. She's wearing pretty much everything that description was given to you. And I'll put this in before I go, in case he comes back, I'll say 5-minute break.
Okay, I'm back. Are we?
We're on a 5-minute break. But we're glad you're back. You're holding your moving your bonus if you want to do any of this.
So we're taking a break?
Yes.
Shoot. Hold on.
What kind of bard are you?
Acting up. Sorry. So, taking a break?
Yeah, but what kind of bard are you?
Okay, this is weird. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not connected anymore, I think.
Is everyone back?
I'm back. Indy is
also
back.
Indy, I don't know the answer. He's a lore bard, also known as #bestbard.
And I heard there's a rogue, magic rogue.
Yes.
What's the other rogue?
We have an assassin rogue and an arcane trickster rogue. Caxir is the assassin. 9 More Lives is the arcane. Rex is a custom sub or school wizardry. I think is lore. And then Indy, lore mastery or something. Indy's a lore bard. I'm opening a soda, so I can't.
Indy
Yeah.
was just having sound troubles like I was
Lore
too.
mastery wizard, and then Freya is a zealot barbarian.
She's got a super cool backstory.
Yay, super cool backstory.
It's weird.
I sort of didn't really have a backstory until like super recently.
I'm still creating mine.
Yeah, but like we've been playing for like longer than you have, like in terms of. Shoot, we out of ice cream. God damn it!
I think this is session
Still
17.
don't even have like description of your character. Well, kind of. But
And who has the lowest AC out of curiosity?
Indy.
No, that'd be Rex. He's not using mage armor. He's using that good old cloth armor. Also known as no armor at all.
Oh,
I use mage armor though.
We're debating what spells are best in general. And if I felt like using like Shield of Faith on somebody.
Nate, this is in no way a taunt of any kind. I don't get hit a lot so far.
where the fuck is this stuff?
Just letting you know. Rex generally stays the hell away from stuff, unless it tackles him.
Well, that's a good thing to know.
Sorry,
You're also-
the ones that taking this damage for the most part.
Yeah, Freya, Indy's gotten wrecked a couple times.
Yeah, I died.
What?
He did.
Wait, which one is this the werewolf that I heard about that I don't actually know in character?
Caxier.
Caxier.
Okay, it wasn't a werewolf, it was a were-tiger, and I got cured.
Okay, it's
Not
still
furry.
cooler.
You think you got cured.
That was when they accused me of being a furry too, but we won't go into that.
Well, I
Yeah, that's when we
I
had
don't-
furry
Were
porn
we
said.
wrong? Yes.
Yes, you were wrong. I mean, I'm not disparaging furries.
Mhm.
Like, if it makes you happy and doesn't hurt people, go for it.
That's the
It's
same
okay.
philosophy I have, to be honest. It's like, why the hate?
It's your life. It doesn't affect me. You go
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm not. That doesn't appeal to me. So, but yeah, it was literally pulled from the 5th E. I think no, it might not have been pulled from 5th E, but it was like one of the top 10 image results for Were Tiger. It was a very, I suppose you could describe it as
Yes.
a very attractive, if you're into this sort of thing, but nonetheless very well put together as in buff Were Tiger.
Thanks for making us play your weird porn game, Nate.
And so they took that to mean that
Jesse's
I
fault.
was interested in that sort of thing. And then one of my former players sent me, while streaming, luckily I didn't get banned because no one watches this channel, he sent me some very NSFW images that I unfortunately clicked on because I saw something he sent me in Discord. So I went to check it, and it was just furry smut.
It's not even smut. That's just porn.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Is there a difference between smut and porn?
Isn't smut written? I feel like smut is written.
Oh, written.
And I feel like it alludes more, and it's not so like in your face.
Oh, this one definitely was. Never mind, it's porn then. Okay, yeah. Okay, so, well, getting back to the game, we can discuss all about this if we want to after the
Your
game,
agencies later.
during our table talk. But getting back to combat, I'm assuming everyone else is back by now. I have had verbal
I'm just
combat.
making myself a milkshake.
Of course.
What kind?
Vanilla. Because I'm basic.
Oh, it's the best kind of milkshake.
Alright.
I'm trying not
to
to wake up my family members.
If Indy, if you just tell us if you'd like to move anywhere and or use a bonus action.
Inspire me. Please.
I should be done soon.
What?
I was just saying you should inspire me.
Oh, I think he's still making a milkshake.
Yeah, but we can hear him, so I'm assuming he can hear us.
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh.
And you just doesn't ignore me. Thanks.
Do you want to inspire somebody and or move?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes on inspire, no on move.
So, Rex, you're up next, I guess.
Hooray! I'm gonna move right here. And I'm gonna try to cast Hold Person.
Ooh.
What a good plan.
Why does it give me the option to cast it at a level higher than I can?
You can do multiple people.
Well, what I mean is I don't have spell slots as high as it just showed me that I could cast it.
It's just in their scripting, I think. If you put something in the higher level slot, it just automatically asks you.
Yeah.
Can you put push to talk on if that's a thing? 'Cause we're hearing like
Yeah.
all the intricacies of making a milkshake.
Yeah, no, I'm done now. Sorry.
You're not sorry.
I am.
Wisdom saving throw.
But are you?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, she doesn't have anything to buff her. It's just straight. Oh, she rolled well. She rolled 17.
Doesn't she have the bane on her?
Okay, let's see what's. Let me look at the bane. Attack roll or saving throw. Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, she has a 17. Oh, it's a 14.
That is my DC.
So she succeeds then.
Awesome. None of my cool debuff spells I've ever cast have ever worked.
She is looking like she's looking up between you. She actually turns now to face you, Indy, and you do see that she is wearing like leather armor, and she is like engaging Caxir, but while she does, she says, like in a throne, or like she's putting on a voice that's just like deeper, like Batman. She's like, "I don't want to hurt any of you." And she's like, but she says this while attacking you with her rapier. But
Did she hit me with a side like I did to her?
yeah, you can clearly see she's going for like non-lethal areas when she's attacking you.
Okay.
Docax.
Okay. I can respect that.
So she will attack you 3 times and then try to disengage.
Wonderful.
But she's a D4 to all of these, minus D4 to all of these, so. Oh, it's a 27, so that's not going to help.
Yeah, my AC is 15.
15? Okay, she got a 27, a 20, and a 25. Here's where the rolls come in that she actually rolled well on. Keep in mind this is all non-lethal, so if it does down you, you'll just be unconscious. You won't actually be like dying. But total for that is let me add that up. That's 23 plus 8 is, math is the worst. That's how much damage she did to you.
That's a lot.
I would be dead.
It's all non-lethal though. So, but like I said, if it does down you, you're not
Jesus.
dying. You're just asleep.
I would be unconscious. Yes.
Yeah, unconscious, definitely.
And then she's still alive. Caxier's at 1.
Are you serious?
Yes. You can see the bars. You should be able to see the bars with your teammates. And then she tries to just run away, disengaging. And the funny thing is, she doesn't run deeper into the alley. She actually goes up this building. She runs towards the building and then just jumps towards it and then just starts running up it. And she reaches the top right here. The building's about 15 feet up.
Running up it like spider climb?
Yes.
Okay.
She's the only enemy, right?
Yes. She's under half-ish, or 3/4 cover now because she's on top of a building. You guys can't really see her. From where you're at, you'd have to move around or get up here. Evelanae?
Okay. That changes the plan. I'm gonna there, and then I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on. Level 2.
Oh, that is very well. Now, keep in mind you're also a life cleric, so you get some bonuses there too. I didn't.
Yeah, so that's 2 plus the spell's level.
So you cast it at second level, so it's extra 4. So it's 16 health back. You still have a bonus action, I believe.
I do.
Also, don't know if you used your full movement or not. Let me see. Probably not. I think you still got 1 movement left.
Yeah, I have 30 feet. I moved 25. Can I cast a cantrip?
As long as it's a bonus action.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bonus action, though. No, Toll the Dead is not a bonus action, so I can't cast it.
Alright. So the
That's
noble
my turn.
will shake his fist at the Black Viper, and he says, "Curse you, Black Viper! You'll rule the day you messed with me." But he continues to run away. His threat doesn't look very convincing when he's actively fleeing. 9 more lives.
Can I spider climb the wall and get to her?
Do you have anything that lets you spider climb, or is that a tabaxi thing?
I'm guessing it would be an acrobatic.
It'd be an acrobatics check, yes. Generally speaking, it's half your movement speed if you don't have a climbing speed. I'll say as a cat, not with a 9, though. So I'll give you this 9 more lives. You're looking up, because tabaxi can run super fast for a burst of speed. Let me see. Yeah. So you can potentially move 60 feet on a turn as long as you move 0 the next. You go to jump, but you do that cat thing where you're I was gonna say you fall.
I have a shirt on.
Yeah, but like you look at it and you're like judging the distance, you're like, nah, I can't do that. So you decide to run around instead. So you have 60 feet of movement if you want to do the dash, or the tabaxi dash. Maybe find a better angle to climb this roof, maybe using these boxes or barrels. You might get a better roll, or an easier roll of it, rather.
So do you mean like this?
Yeah. And I'll have you roll again. So you move from here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a 1, 2, 3. That is 15 feet. It's another 15 feet to get up. But you move a double, so you're at 45 now. So you have 3 move. If you pass your acrobatics check, DC is lowered. You still have 3 feet. You have 3 spaces of movement. But you can't move next turn if you're using your feline agility. Okay, yes. You managed to hop on this barrel and then scamper up the rest of the way. You're on the roof now with the black viper, who seems turns back and looks at you and seems like surprised that someone's able to follow her so quickly. And you have 3 spaces of movement. All right.
I just had a question about this cat movement thing. Does her movement speed drop to 0, or she literally can't move?
She literally cannot move for the next turn if she uses that dash.
I thought she couldn't use it again until she comes to a full stop.
Maybe. Let me look it up. Look it up. So I got a lot of sheets open, and I might have misread it, but my apologies.
I was just trying to figure it out because that seems
Let me
a
read it.
little bit weird for a rogue who has.
When you
the
move
cunning
on your
action.
turn in combat, you can double your movement speed until the end of your turn. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you move 0 feet on one of your turns. Okay, so you can move again, you just can't dash again until she doesn't move. Do it the free dash, rather. Okay, so you can still move your next turn. Apologies, I misread that wrong. You're
How could you?
shoot at her. Unfortunately, short bows, you can't really do non-lethal damage with those. So, you know, she's just going to take that if it hits her. A 9 does not, though. So that goes
was
wide.
just a round of horrible, horrible rolls. I'm gonna go bury myself.
Dang it.
Cax. You are feeling better.
Dang it. Discord, let me disconnect.
Cax, can you hear us?
She is muted.
I have no idea why I got muted. Okay. Can I go up the roof the same way Black Viper went up?
Yes. But you will have to stop, like, right here next to her. That makes sense. You can move 3 spaces,
There?
and then it takes you... Actually, no, you couldn't. You need more movement speed to get up. I'll say if you want, you can do acrobatics, but you have to roll super high. Like, high teens.
Wait, so there's no way for me to get up where she is?
There is. You have to roll acrobatics, though.
Okay. Did Indy bless me? And give me inspiration?
I don't know. Indy, did you?
Yes.
Okay, he says he did. I believe it's a... Is it a
I
D6
can
or a
add
D8?
that, right?
Yes.
Definitely did.
Is it...
Plus a D8 or D6?
D6.
Give me at least a 15. And
Yeah,
no. So you get here, and you can see her up above you. Like, but she's still, you can only see like the top part of her because of the where you're at.
Can I? Oh my god! Wait. Wait. Can I still? Wait. Can I still? I can still see her, right?
Yes.
Can I try to use the ring of the ram?
You can. Let me.
How do I do that?
Okay, so it has 3 charges. While wearing it, you can use an action to expend one of its 3 charges to attack one of the creatures you can see within 60 feet of you. It gets a plus. The attack is a +7 to hit. On a hit, for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet away from you.
So what do I do for that? Do I just roll a
D20 plus 7.
20 plus 7?
Now here's the thing you can see. I will say. So that will hit her. But alternatively, it says you can expend 1 to 3 of the ring's charges as an action to try to break an object you can see within 60 feet of you that isn't being worn or carried.
I still want to knock her down.
Okay.
Can you choose the direction she's pushed?
It says away from you. But
Yeah.
for flavor, I'm going to allow it. I'm going to say this is a ring that Jim Dark Magic made. As long as they're within 60 feet of you, you can choose the direction they're pushed.
Okay. Can I push her like?
And also, how many charges do you want to spend? You can use all 3 of the charges of the ring. Should we push 15 feet?
1 charge for each, or 5
For
feet
5
for each
feet,
charge?
yes. 5 feet will get her to the edge, but she won't fall.
I'll use 2 charges then to get her to go there.
Okay, so roll 4d10 too. Oh man, that messed her
Nice.
day up.
Fuck you, Black Viper.
So she falls and she's like, ah! And she's not using her voice when she falls. She's generally surprised that like this ram just appeared out of nowhere. Spectral ram just headbutted her like off the wall. She's gonna take 2d6 falling damage, I think, too.
I blow her a kiss.
Alright, man. She's also now prone because she fell. So she's not having a good day.
How's she looking?
She's looking pretty beat up now.
Can I yell at everyone else to to knock her out, but like don't try to kill her?
So, I'm sorry, what do you want to do?
Can I just like yell at everyone to say like
Yeah. As long as
Don't
it's
kill.
as long as it's like a sentence only, you can communicate with your party members.
Okay.
Or like a short phrase. Like you can say like just knock her out, don't kill her.
Yeah.
She is prone. So she has advantage against range attacks, you have disadvantage if you're attacking her ranged. Advantage if you're attacking her with melee. Indy.
Yes.
It's your turn, my dude. Actually, you have a. Oh, wait, no. You can only bonus action attack if you have already used your attack action. I believe that's how dueling works, right?
Yep.
Okay. Indy, your turn.
Now can I see if she's wearing armor?
She is wearing leather armor.
Is there any metal on it? Like a metal buckle?
She's holding her rapier.
She's holding her rapier, so somehow she managed to hold on to that. You can see. Also, what else does she have? You can see. She also has a dagger. You can see, but that's sheathed at her like belt.
Okay.
Is she still holding on to mine?
No, like yours hit her and like flew off somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, have you been using Bane? I don't remember.
She used it for the saving throw. All of the rolls against Caxir were over 20, so wouldn't have mattered.
Okay.
That's why I didn't roll for that.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to cast heat metal on her.
Heat metal, you cannot non-lethally burn someone with magical fire. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna run up there. Boop. And I'm going to non-lethally attack her with my rapier. And I get sneak attack damage.
Alright.
So...
You have advantage. That hits, but you can fish for crits if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Rapier, come on. Yeah, no.
Alright, so click on the 16. That was the only one that would have hit. See what you get.
Nice.
Alright.
10 damage.
She is not looking good. Rex.
Sorry. I wanted to know what would happen if I clicked his rapier.
That's what it was.
What the hell am I going to do? Can I deal non-lethal scorching ray damage? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Unless it says it incapacitates, knocks out, stuns the person, there is no way to deal non-lethal magic damage. Just throwing that out there, guys.
I would try to cast sleep, but you're all right next to each other.
I mean...
It'll probably knock out Caxir first.
Yeah, actually, she has... Oh, now you can't really tell, but she looks about to be... She looks to be about just the amount of, like, rents in her armor and, like, clothing and tears in her clothing. And, like, you see her mask is, like, a little bit, like, chipped and stuff. Proportionally speaking, they're about the same.
Alright.
Like, percentage-wise. Now,
I don't think I'm going to do it, but could I deal non-lethal with magic missile because it's only force damage?
I would say...
I'm going to cast hold person, so it's not a big deal. I was just wondering.
Okay, I would say generally speaking, no, because magic is like, it's like a gun. You pull it out if you're going to kill someone, not to wound them.
Sure. So I cast hold person.
Okay.
Say this time, actually stop.
She does have the D4 still. Minus D4. Okay, so I accidentally clicked out of her sheet, or block, let me find that. Okay, it is a charisma save? Wisdom.
It's a wisdom save.
Oh my god, she critically succeeded.
Awesome.
RIP.
She just doesn't want to be held. She wants to get out of this situation. You do still have a bonus action, Rex.
I don't think there's anything I can do as a bonus action. Nope. I'll just say stop. We're not going to kill you.
So...
She's not going to answer me, I know.
Yeah. She's like really hurt, but she also really wants to get away.
I'll say drop the amulet. That's what I'll say.
Okay. So... Here's what she would do. She would say... She would say, I don't know what you're talking about. And she hasn't used the voice now because she's like so beat up. She's clearly too tired to put on this voice. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just let me go. And she stands up and begins to like run away. She doesn't use the roof this time because she's a little unsteady on her feet.
To make an attack of opportunity.
Yes, you would. But so she can move. She's going to dash though, so she's going this way. So you guys both get attacks of opportunity. If you would like. Not like that.
I accidentally stabbed myself. I stepped on my dagger that was already on the ground.
Oh. No, we don't. We're not gonna do. I used to have a table that if you critically succeeded or critically failed, you would roll from. But it broke the flow of combat to go to that page every time someone did that. So, Indy, do you want an opportunity attack?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Non-lethal. Sneak attack with advantage, correct?
Now you can't. You've already used sneak attack your turn, I believe. So you have to wait till the next one before you can use it again. But I can make
Okay.
sure.
So you don't have advantage. Gonna go over here.
No, it's not your
No,
turn.
I don't need
You're
to.
just getting an opportunity attack.
Yep.
She runs away.
Okay, that's not great.
That is not hit. So she gets these 3 feet, and then she gets another 3. She's right here now. She's running down south this way. Evelanae?
Is she past the air? Or?
No, where she's at is where she's at on the map. She's moving that way. She's like holding her free hand's holding her hand that has the rapier, and she's like running, but she's like obviously hurt how she's running. She's like panting and everything. Like you can tell she's pretty hurt.
I'm gonna cast the whole person now.
Okay. Well, okay, she wisdom save. She rolled a 12.
Does that include her bane?
That no, even without 12, like bound, she rolled a 12.
Cool. My DC is 14.
Okay. So like she's like shuffling along trying to run away, and then all of a sudden she goes and she cannot move. And she is paralyzed. And at the end, for the duration, which is a minute, at the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. But it is, I believe, unless you have a bonus action, I don't think you have a non-spell bonus action. Or cantrip,
No.
rather. Alright, so 9 more lives. It is your turn. Black Viper is now paralyzed, which, if you look at the conditions, I believe I put them in here. Let's see if I did. My other game I probably did. I don't know if I did for this one. Nope. Okay, let's look at the paralyzed condition. For all you folks that are playing or watching from home that forget, a paralyzed creature is incapacitated. See the condition and can't move or speak. Incapacitated means it can't take actions or reactions. It automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against it have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature, aka attacking within melee distance. So that's what you get with paralyzed.
I should be able to see her from this vantage, right?
Yes. You will attack with advantage, so long with you're not outside the range of your weapon if you're using a short bow. You can also move. You have 30 feet of movement. You're up on this roof of this building. So your attack against her will have an advantage. No sneak attack because of advantage, but you don't get the automatic critical you would. Those both miss though. Even while paralyzed, you just maybe you're tired from climbing this building, but you try to pop off a shot and it goes wide.
I'm still chuffed about my title.
You're gonna hold on to that for the rest of the game, aren't you? Like, we'll be in like the 50th session. Damn it, corporate! Why did I get hordes person? All right,
Damn capitalism.
Caxier. believe you can get here with 30.
I'm gonna smack her in the temple with my dagger again.
Alright, you have advantage. This will be a critical hit as well if you hit her. Double.
Advantage?
Yes, you have sneak 2, and you will double damage.
Yeah.
So
Oh
this
God,
should
no,
knock her
God.
out or get her very close. Let's put it that way. Okay, yeah, 11 times 2. Yeah, she is... Oh.
Excuse me.
She, it looks like she might have fallen to her knees if she wasn't magically held in place.
And I just say sorry as I hit her.
She tries to respond, but it just comes out like... Indy.
Yep.
Oh, you can bonus action with your attack.
Smack her again.
Also with
Does she
advantage. You
look-
don't get sneak, but still with advantage.
Does she look like really, really,
Like
low?
really, really hurt. Like if you roll...
Like if I punched her, would she?
Probably not,
is
but if you
not
rolled...
lethal.
Let me put it this way. If you roll the same damage you did with, for
Okay.
your dagger,
let's do
she
it.
will be
Let's do it.
unconscious.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Yep, so she like, you see like her eyes like flutter and close, and her,
Sorry.
she slumps as much as whole person allows her to, but she's still like upright due to the spell. So it's very comical. But yeah, she is
Sorry.
she is asleep now. The May. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
As she icicles you in the face.
Shot to the head.
Yeah.
Freezing straight shot to the head.
Yeah, so she is unconscious. She is still magically held in place. I could have sworn there was a snoozy person I could do. Maybe this is better than poison. There, okay.
I mean, technically I had poison, but I didn't use it.
You can't non-lethal poison though. That's not how,
Yeah, that's what I was
how
thinking.
that works. Alright, so it is Indy's turn, but she is unconscious, so what do you do on your turn, Indy?
I chill.
Okay, you don't want to... Okay, chill, just sit. Rex. I'll say you guys are out of initiative right now because it's very clear that she is incapacitated for the moment.
I would like to search the body.
Search her body. Okay. So you do find... I'm assuming you're up here now. So you get that... So make an investigation check, Rex. All right. Make an Arcana check.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you're rooting around. You do find a also, Evelanae, do you drop the spell?
No.
Okay. So it's
Not until she's tied up.
okay. Yes. No one has tied her up yet. You're just searching her body. You're
Oh no, Evelanae would go tie her up if she could.
Okay, yeah. So Rex is probably gonna search her first because it's easier to search a person who's not like a cocoon in rope, which is how I always imagine tying someone up. You just cocoon them in rope and then throw them in somewhere. But so you
It's like a Batman and Robin thing.
yeah. So you search the body. You do find a maybe like a sack for like maybe the loot she's acquired recently, but more on that later. The card check, because you noticed while you were searching that these you had 3 items that seemed very strange to you. Most notably, her boots, her mask that you had not yet removed, and her rapier. They appear to be magic items, but you're not certain. They feel hot to the touch, but you're not certain of what magics they enable the wielder to use. But in her bag, you do find some gold. I believe I wrote this out. You also find some jewelry and gemstones, but the gold is about 500 gold worth. The gems range in value from like 25 to about 100, and there's 8 of those. And you do find some other jewelry as well, like necklaces and brooches and earrings and that sort of thing. And you do find the item that matches your description that was given to you. It's a ruby necklace, amulet sort of situation, set in gold with a gold chain around to sort of secure it to one's neck.
I'm sorry. Go back over the things that were magical again. Her rapier, her boots, and what else?
Her mask.
And her mask. I'm sorry. I was making sure that the necklace wasn't one of those.
Yeah, you haven't really investigated the necklace that much. So,
But I have all those things now.
if you have removed them from her person, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so taking her mask off, you see like a
Sorry.
very pretty human woman who has sort of dark hair, but you don't recognize her. But that being said, doesn't mean much to you because you lived in Waterdeep for a long time, but you spent most of your time in libraries. You didn't really get out much. So you can't identify this person, as it were.
Okay.
So you now have those items. You can cast Detect Magic on them if you want, or you can wait. I'm assuming once she's eluded, Evelanae is going to just start roping her up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pocket the mask and the necklace. I'm gonna hand the rapier over to Kexir, just to each
Can I
person.
grab the boots.
Yeah, if you're reaching for something, that's fine. What I'm
Yeah,
trying
I'll
to
grab
do,
the
and
boots.
I'm basically telling you guys, like, let's spread these out among the group and just get them back. And there's something magic about them. I want to get them back. I'm not going to carry them all, so I'm just handing them out to distribute them in case we get stopped or something like that.
And I'll put
The noble's like the noble's like super far away by now. He's like out of the picture.
Are the guards still there?
The guards are unconscious still, but it's very quiet. You just hear like the breathing essentially
Can I
of
go over and wake them up?
you guys
Don't wake them up yet.
you guys like come
Okay,
down from
I'm gonna run
the
over.
high of combat, so you're still breathing heavily. You hear like the soft like snoring of the guards and of the Black Viper as they're sort of like knocked unconscious or asleep.
This
I'll grab
was a
the boots and
mission.
then prepare to go over and wake them up when Rex gives me the okay.
Well, here's my suggestion: is we get her out of here before we wake her up, because this is the.
Oh, is it wake the guards up? Yeah.
Yeah, what I mean is like this is the city guard. This is not a mission from the city, so.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to take her if they know she's here. So.
All right, so what do you guys
Evelanae
do?
will also point out that the job description was to capture and or kill a thief and get.
Yeah, so basically the job was, I'll put it in a better way. So they definitely wanted the necklace back. Like that was priority 1. Okay? 2, like subset bonus was to capture and or kill the Black Viper. If that makes sense. So top priority necklace, Black Viper is like icing on the cake.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the indication is capture her and turn her into what?
Acquisitions Inc. Maybe you're not certain about that. Like,
Right, that's what I'm suggesting. Unless like the implication is the town's going to take her regardless. I don't want the guard to see us with her.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So get her someplace out of here. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do that.
Words for some bag and stick her head out so she can still breathe.
Is that how it works?
No, but
No, the horse person functions like a living bag of holding. You know, there's 10 minutes of air in there. So you can put her in there for 10 minutes, but afterwards she will suffocate and die.
Yeah, we could put
How
her
far
in
are we
and
from
then
the
take
Acqueen
her
Cuffs?
out, and then put her back in, take her out.
I know you gotta get time for it to refresh. You can't just like it doesn't work like that.
I know.
Okay, so you're pretty
Where's-
far. You're probably say near an hour away from the Ac Inc. office because I have the Ac Inc. They don't give you a specific place for it, but I have it in the trade ward, which is like in the middle to south of the city as well. While you're currently in the north,
How far away?
about
are
an
we?
hour and a half.
How long would it take us to get out of the North Ward?
Maybe 15, 30 minutes.
15 to 30 minutes. Okay. I have something I might be able to do.
Get that rope
But-
trick. Get that rope trick.
No, not rope trick. Let's get closer to the wall and the gates. And if we know we're going to be approached by guards or we're going to have to pass guards, I want to take a moment and figure out what we're going to do.
Okay. Well, do you tie up the Black Viper?
I thought we already did.
I have.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
have
making
rope
sure.
ability.
So she is no longer held. Instead, she is tied up. Does someone drop from roll 20?
Looks
Indy.
like Indy.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
My browser crashed.
So you tie up the Black Viper. I guess either you like sort of hoist her between her, like as you would carry a drunkard sort of situation, or you just let like the strongest person just muscle it out, and like just over the shoulder carry the Black Viper.
How much does she weigh?
She's very slight. Her armor is like leather, so it's not
Thin.
really heavy. Most of your gear seems practical and light to allow ease of movement. So maybe 130 pounds altogether, 125? Less? I don't know my good girls' weights.
One adult female, like maybe 140-ish, but with leather and stuff, maybe closer to 150.
Okay, let's go with that.
If she's Muslim, she's gonna weigh more than me. Can I have a flask, can I pour like a little bit of like brandy or whatever like on like front so it like looks like she's like a drunkard or something if we have to carry her?
Yeah, you can douse her with the alcohol to make it seem like she's abided a bit too much and you're helping her home.
Yeah.
Well, if we're able to carry her, never mind. I was going to cast Levitate and hold her as if she was like walking poorly.
Who's the strongest in the party right this second?
I would say you.
Probably you. I
I
mean,
have
Freya.
14.
I have 14.
Isn't
We
Freya
can
more
carry her
sexy
between
too?
Freya has like 18, but she's not, or 20, but she's not here.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just meant in general in the party.
Yeah, both of it. We can hoist her between us.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Two people working together to carry a 140, 150 pound person is no problem. Like, if it was one person, it'd be a different story.
Why don't we just do that?
Alright, so you sort of like make it look like she is very
Drunk.
sort of drunk. And you begin walking towards. You're walking out of the city, or you're walking to a different ward.
To a different ward, right? Aren't we just trying to get back?
You're taking back her to Yawning Portal, or you're taking her somewhere else.
We'll take her to headquarters, but headquarters is far away, right? We don't want to take her back to the inn with us.
How far is the inn from quarters?
So the inn is in the it's about the same. Let me see. Let me look up the map again. Man, I'm using this map a lot more than I thought I would.
Is there any reason to think we couldn't take her to headquarters and there'd be somebody there to?
There
deal
probably
with us?
is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if they had like hours.
So
We're
you
up in
guys
the
are like
north,
right. Let me put this in. Let me put them up. Let me do this really quick so you can see. Free hand. So, like I said, Yawning Portal is in this area. You guys are like right here. Headquarters in the trade ward. I'm gonna put it like right here.
Let's just go to headquarters because we don't know if she's been like in that area before because it is the castle ward. Like, don't people go in that area and stuff? Plus, then we don't have to worry about keeping her overnight or dragging her into the.
Can I review the contract again? Does it say who took the contract out and what authority it is under?
It does not. It just says noble person. They might, AC Inc. might have like might be keeping their identities secret.
Okay.
I mean, you could always ask the Black Viper, but she is unconscious. So, you know.
Okay.
Who she stole it from. I mean,
Well, is there any reason we couldn't? I'm saying this to the group. Should we tell? Because I can tell headquarters we have her. Unless there's any issue with that. I mean, we could basically. I don't know that it's out of the question for us to ask if they could bring something here so we could transport her easily and not get seen by the guards. I'm worried the guards are going to see us and take her.
Well, they don't know her identity, so
forgot.
we could make her look less like the Black Viper, take off her cloak or whatnot. So it looks like we're just carrying a drunk friend home.
A very important detail. Evelanae, you are, even though you're a lesser one, you are in fact a noble.
Oh, okay.
You have a signet ring, like you're a knight, which is, you know, like, you know, other higher nobilities will not really call you a noble, but compared to the average person, you're a knight, so you are a noble.
So it's not weird for me to be walking around here.
This person, like, she gives out this air even while unconscious, like just based on how she looks, how like well she, like her complexion, that sort of thing. It reminds you of a very rich individual.
Does she have a signet ring or anything that identifies her family?
Not on her person, but she reminds you, at the very least, she reminds you of like nobility.
Nothing sewn in her boots, nothing sewn in the cloak, nothing like hidden like that.
No.
We have to be careful with this one. She's noble. She's noble. She's got that. You know that stuffy thing that Jim Dark Magic does? That haughty, you think he's better than everybody thing? She's got that.
Yeah. Let's pull her hood back up. Keep her head down, keep her hood covering her whole face. It's weird to be walking around with a mask, right? Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah. You guys, I'm assuming you're not wearing the mask, but you have it in your possession.
I put it inside my bags or
Okay.
my cloak or something.
Can I put the boots on just so I'm not like carrying them around?
Yeah, sure.
You gonna carry your other boots?
I'll stuff them in 9times bag. True.
Would it look weird if she's not wearing shoes?
I'll put my boots on her.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so these boots are, as soon as you put them on, they sort of conform to your feet, but they don't provide any magical benefit to you yet. You might have to attune to them first.
Okay.
Actually, let me see. Yes, you need to attune them first, you think.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys make your way, I believe you said to AC Inc. headquarters.
Yes.
Okay. So you get,
Oh, and as the pair carrying her gets away, who's waking up the guards? Do you guys want me to do it?
Yeah, I guess.
Or is Indy with us? Indy's with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
it
still
should
with you
be a human rather than tiefling.
Just let them wake up by themselves.
Yeah, but I mean, this is Waterdeep, right?
Yeah.
It's also like the fancy version of Waterdeep, so they might be spotted by a guard soon.
We'd probably get in less trouble if we woke them up saying, "Oh yeah, we tried to help you, but she got away," rather than if they just woke up and she was gone. They'd probably still send out a hunt. They would still send
Let's
out
not
a
wake
hunt.
them up. Let's just leave. Thoughts?
I mean, this could be a decisionist vote if you got different.
I don't. I'm having second thoughts. I don't want to be questioned by guards while
Yeah,
I'm
I think
carrying all this shit.
Okay.
Evelyn would not want to be questioned, even though she looks like she belongs.
I think we leave them.
All right, so you guys begin to make your way south to Acking HQ. You get a you get pretty far, almost out of the seaward, before you see some. You notice that there are more guards around now than there were when you came in, and one of them actually sees you and says, "Citizens, a word, please."
I stop walking, but don't talk.
Who's carrying
Because I
her?
lost it.
It's Caxir and Evelanae?
Yep.
I'm gonna nudge Indy.
Yeah. What's going on?
Sorry to bother you when you're carrying your friend back from the bar. But have you seen any suspicious persons around here?
Nope. Suspicious persons? No.
We have. I don't know if you know, but there's been reports of a thief operating in the North Ward. Goes by the name Black Viper. Very dangerous. Look out. Make a
Really?
deception
That
roll
sounds-
because you said you lied to the guard.
Can he have advantage? Could he be assisted since?
Is someone
like,
also talking to the guard with him?
I'll say, "Oh yeah, we haven't been able to see him much. We've been preoccupied bringing our friend back. We just wanted to get home and get her to."
Okay, yeah. So he seems to say no.
Oh, thank God.
Says,
Torn
well,
down.
be safe, citizen. But did your friend say where she lived? We can escort you if you'd like. It's very dangerous on these streets.
We can handle it. Thank you for the offer, though, sir.
I mean,
Have a nice night.
I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job if I just at least helped you get on your way.
Your offer was help enough. Have a good night.
What
And-
is?
Can I tell if he's like suspicious of us, or is he like genuinely trying to be nice?
He's trying to help. Yeah. You've lied to over 20 is very nice on the roll, and so he's generally trying to like help because like he's concerned because like I said he's not safe on these streets. So he wants to make sure. I mean, you have I can see at least one of you has this. Pardon me for saying but might be a target of the Black Viper. So I insist.
I'd say, sir, I'm a knight of Mithranor. I think we'll be okay.
And he says, apologies, of course, apologies. And
I was sent to accompany these people with this woman.
This woman? Oh, your friend there. It's like, are you sure she's all right?
Yep, she's
I checked her out before.
he says, let's I suppose, if you say so. It couldn't hurt to look, though. And he sort of like, he's holding a torch, and he brings it closer to her face. He says, oh, my word. Well, if you trying to take, one second. He says, if you're trying to take...
Her hood is like pulled over top of her head.
Yeah, but he's looking closely at her face now.
Oh, he's like right in front of her?
Yeah, he says, if you're trying to take Miss Rajnar home, you're going in the wrong way. Actually, he would say Lady Rajnar home. You're going the wrong way. Sorry, that name was also right.
Sorry, what did you say? You cut out a little bit.
Sorry, he said if you're planning on taking Lady Rajnar home, you're going the wrong way.
She was spending the evening with us, and we live closer than her home is. We figured she could spend the night with us, and we'll bring her back in the morning.
All right, deception. I mean, you're lying to a guard.
Can I assist?
I'll say if she just blurted that out, you can't really back her up.
Oh, well, sorry, I didn't hear what you said, so I wasn't... Okay. Never mind.
All right, that's
sorry.
Good. He says, well, make sure she... he says, he said, well, make sure she gets home in the morning. Her family is quite well known in Waterdeep, and not in a good way. There'll be hell to pay if she's not returned home safely.
And I'm assuming, how do you pronounce your character's name? Evelyn? No, it's not Evelyn.
Evelanae.
Evelanae. Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. I mixed
Evelyn
up too.
stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So do I.
No, that's so. Can Evelyn or myself,
Rex, make a history check.
Would we have any concept of this family?
Yes, you would. You would if you make it. Yeah. She is from a different city entirely, so she wouldn't, because she recently is in Waterdeep. You definitely. The Rajnar family has a sordid history. About 100 years ago, they were convicted of slave trading, which is highly illegal in Waterdeep, and they were banished. But they have recently returned. Their inability to regain this respect they feel they deserve rankles them. Their justification is other cities allow slavery, so what's so bad about it? And it's not like other noble houses haven't done bad things in their past. They're trying to... they've just sort of constant effort to prove other nobles' perception of them wrong, and to win their respect. You also know that the Rajnar, if this is Lady Rajnar, they have one daughter, and they have a son. The daughter is named Esvela, and she's 18 years old. And you know, also know that they took great pains to raise her up to be the most proper noble possible. But that's all you would know.
Okay.
It's definitely strange. Nobles don't wear the kind of clothing she is currently, or even fight, know how to fight, rob people, scale walls, that sort of thing. So it's a very strange situation. But I would say, rather than famous, they're sort of infamous in Waterdeep.
Okay. Is he letting us go?
Yeah, he says, well, at least let's allow you to escort you out of the North Ward.
I'm gonna say,
Oh,
please. What?
I was just saying, I did mention that we lived closer than her home.
But you said
and
outside
we're
of North
walking
Ward,
in
though,
the-
right?
What?
I never said outside the North Ward. I just
okay.
said
So
we live
they'll say at
closer.
least allow us to escort you to your place of residence, ma'am.
I'm gonna say, that won't be necessary. I'm sure you can understand. This is,
Well, if,
this lady. We're trying to proceed with some discretion. We don't want guards to draw any more attention to her. We'd really just want to get her, away.
okay, persuasion.
Sure. Oh God.
Oh no.
He says, I understand your concerns, but we at the Guard can be as discreet as possible. Send one of my men with you. Jacobs, escort this group to their place of residence and be highly vigilant. It's a very young-looking individual. He says, yes, sir. Gives a salute. Makes to follow you.
So very well.
He says, if you do see the Night Viper or persons matching that description, be sure to alert the nearest guard so we may apprehend this villain.
Of course.
Of course you will. We're just concerned citizens trying to do our best to help.
I'm gonna look at the young guard he put with us just painfully and just be like, come along, lad.
Yes, sir. He has a very large spear that's a bit too long for him and a sword as well. And a shield is on his back.
NPC.
I'm sorry, what?
He's my new favorite NPC.
This goofy guy. He's very young. He's like maybe 19, 18, 19, around Esvela's age.
He's gonna be your Angus McDonald.
Oh, I also know what was it? Rex. You would also know Esvela recently had her coming of age ceremony. So like in the past month.
Okay.
You had heard of it coming up before you left for Tribor.
Okay.
So she very recently turned 18.
And very recently became a lot more publicly known. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if they're having a ceremony for her, everybody knows her now. Okay. So we're walking. We're still heading to headquarters, right? There's no reason not to.
Yeah, but that's out of Seaward, and you have said, or implied rather, they have taken up, they have maybe misconstrued, but they felt like you were talking that you also lived in North Ward, just closer than Miss or Lady Rajnar's residence.
Interesting.
Because if you are noble, like he has identified one of you, Evelanae, as a noble, and you have said you have a residence somewhere else in the Seaward, because you are noble. At least that's what he inferred from what you said. And so he sent someone to accompany you because the Seaward is still dangerous due to the threat of the Black Viper.
Does the Knights of Mr. Anner have anything in the Seaward city?
No, but you could be staying with another noble. There's like a lot of, you might have ties to the city he doesn't know about.
Could I be staying at the Church of Lathander?
You could be, if you are a cleric of such. The Spires of the
Cleric
Morning, I believe.
Alexander. Yes.
Those are located in the Sea Ward, though, I believe.
I thought it was in the Castle Ward.
Let me look it up. The Sea Ward is generally where all the temples are for like the really big gods. But let me look it up. Spires of the Morning in the Castle Ward. They are in the Castle Ward. Okay. That is outside the norm, actually. So yeah, you guys are headed back to the Castle Ward around the area of where the Yawning Portal is located as well. So man, there's like 3 ward figures. I'm gonna delete all these. Okay. So making
Is
it.
Indy talking? I can't hear him.
Indy, you might be muted, bud. No, he's just fiercely typing, I think. Cax did say she's going to head off, and I just realized what time it was. Sorry, I was getting too much into the RP. But we will be headed off or stopping soon. So you're on your way to the Spires of the Morning, and we'll stop the session there. And I'll stop the stream. We can still stick around to talk some, if you guys would like. That's it for the stream. We'll see the players next week. Freya should be rejoining us, so you can, after you finish the Black Viper quest line, you can begin to look for, if you choose to, the Teladrin terrorist Uranus Meldranth to stop him from opening a fake crossroad in the city of Waterdeep.